everybody and unmute.
Oh,
all right. We out here once again. Welcome everybody to Film Heat Live. We're back once again. This week, we're going back to the future, baby. Back to the past. We're doing 80s Sci-Fi Volume 2. We've already done an 80s Sci-Fi Volume 1. I believe that one's posted on as a podcast. You can go and listen to that one if you so wish. And if not, it'll be coming to the YouTube channel real soon. Definitely. What's going on, guys? What did you guys think about this week's movies? It's kind of a weird bunch this week.
Yeah, it was an oddball list, kind of. I mean, they're all movies I like.
Still fun. Yeah, a lot I'd seen before, but one new one, which was interesting. Buckaroo Banzai. Very interesting.
I had a couple of new ones this week for me, actually. So
interesting.
Actually, yeah, I had quite a few new ones this week. I had not seen, I think, 3 movies this week. So
now, my opinion on at least one of these movies has changed since the last time I saw it, at least to some degree. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay, all right.
It's probably trending down, if I had to guess.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I think I'm over the 80s. I think I'm burnt out on the 80s, just in general. Like I feel like Stranger Kids and just literally everything else has completely burnt out my brain on the 80s. So I'm watching E.T., which is on our list. I'm just like, I feel like it just like rubbed me wrong. I don't know.
Didn't I just see these guys?
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute.
It's because it's done better and newer shit these days. It's like, what is this fucking...
That's true. Oh, man. So let's take a look here. Our movies this week are Back to the Future, E.T., 1984's Dune, Buckaroo Banzai, Cocoon, and Terminator 1. It's weird talking about Terminator. I feel like we've talked about Terminator 2 twice already. I think it was on our 90s, was it our 90s sci-fi and our best of sequels. We talked about Terminator 2.
I think it was just the sequels.
Yeah,
was it not on our 90s sci-fi?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You just be thinking about it a lot.
I should be thinking about it a lot. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But a lot of people will remember how good the second one was, and they might not have even seen the first one. They don't remember that the second one is almost a strict carbon copy of the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is, though.
Like copy paste, switch it up a little bit,
make it shinier.
It's like poetry. It rhymes with it. It's like the inverse with the good.
Okay, George. Okay, George.
Hey, meet me at the salad bar.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's a completely different subject.
It's funny that salad bar, because we're actually talking about David Lynch tonight, and I believe David Lynch was the guy who told that salad bar story.
Yeah,
about George Lucas.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
It's like poetry. It rhymes. All right. So our first heat tonight is going to be a couple of classics. I guess they're all classics, but the first heat is Back to the Future versus E.T. So let's take a look at the trailer for Back to the Future.
This is our boomer pleaser bracket here, boy.
Yeah, it really is.
Steven Spielberg presents Back to the Future, a Robert Zemeckis film. Marty leads an ordinary life.
No McFly ever amounted to anything in the history of Hill Valley.
Well, history is going to change.
And 1985 is not his year. But Dr. Brown is about to change all that.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
This is a wonky
DeLorean?
Is this really the trailer? What the
He's
fuck?
sending Marty 30 years back in time.
Oh god, this is an awful trailer.
Now he's trapped in the past,
It's got to be a dream.
about to meet
Chocolate.
his future father.
Did you guys spell this whole shit out? It's like beep
He's
beep.
making an
Look out for
impression
Bill.
on his mother.
It's an absolute dream. And he can sleep in my room.
You won't believe it. Gibson and Woody.
Now he's got to make his mother and father fall in love.
I haven't been born.
And only Dr. Brown can help him get to the future.
Are you telling me that this sucker is nuclear? Precisely.
Michael J. Fox,
Whoa, this is heavy.
Christopher Lloyd,
There's that word again, heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Oh, bird brain, Doc Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how when he tells him about, like, he finally convinces him, like, this is how I know it's you, and how you know it. I came from the future. He's like, man, I invented something that worked.
That's what he's psyched about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Who's the president? Ronald Reagan. The actor?
Oh god.
Oh, and they make a point to show that to you a little earlier in that when he's first walking out, like, holy shit, I'm in 1955.
Yep.
They have, like, at the movie theater such and such with Ronald Reagan.
Really? That's funny. This is actually, full disclosure, I didn't get to watch this movie this week. So, like, I've seen this movie obviously a million times, but I didn't get to watch it this week. So, someone else is going to have to introduce this one.
Let's see here.
Oh,
I mean, everybody knows this plot. Everybody knows
yeah.
this movie. It's Marty
Everybody
McFly.
knows this movie.
He fucking hooks up with Cookie Doc Brown, and when in his zany DeLorean, whoa, which was a weird car even for 1985. I was like, that's a DeLorean.
Yeah.
And
The
he
slowest
goes
car
back to,
in history.
30 years before to 1950. Yeah, it is. Like he maxed it out at 88 or whatever.
Yeah. Like it's a real accomplishment getting a DeLorean to 88 miles an hour.
It's not a performance
Really.
car. It was
Yeah, no, it's the
underpowered.
It's the slowest fast-looking car ever.
Yeah.
I mean, they look kind of cool, but that's about it. Anyways, he goes back 30 years to 55, and he's in, like, I guess the same town there. I guess he lived the same town his whole life, right? And he meets his parents, and he finds out his dad was a fucking total dweeb. Even though, like, we see his dad for a second there, and he's kind of like a suave guy in the future, like successful business dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
He meets his dad's fucking bully, meets his mom. His mom fucking comes on to him, as we saw there in the trailer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shit can get a
It's
little weird.
It's a little weird, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the word I would use for that.
He's got
But, like-
ward off his mom's advances.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm glad I rewatched this movie because I remember so much of the second half of this movie because I guess it's one of those things that was like always on TV. Always. It's always on TV. And so you always end up watching like the second half of it. But there's so many of those cues that they give you right there in the very beginning of the movie before the time travel that like are setting you up. You up. He's like, oh, my mom's she must be been a nun or something. Like she never would have, you know, and she's all like, I would have never sat in a parked car.
Don't they show like Biff in the beginning? He's like watching his dad's car and shit.
Yeah, he's like
So
the
funny.
handyman
No, that's at the
around
end.
the house.
That's at the
Oh,
end.
is it? Oh,
That's at
okay.
the end
Yeah.
after he changed it. After he got his dad
Oh.
to punch Biff in the face.
Yeah, in the beginning, his dad's like a peanut brittle chewing, fucking sitcom watching,
alfalfa looking,
you know,
Weenie. Great A Weenie. He's
Good old Crispin Glover plays as that. I love Crispin Glover. And if you know Crispin Glover, this is kind of a weird role for him because it's a very straight role and he's a very weird guy and he typically plays weird parts.
I think it was great casting though, because his dad is supposed to be like kind of a weenie guy at first. Like he's not naturally confident at all. And Crispin Glover portrays that super well, I thought. You know, as a dork face.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he played a real good fucking dweeb. Like,
Reese Photography says, I'm upset we haven't figured out time travel yet. But maybe
that would fuck everything up.
Maybe we have figured out time travel, but somebody went back in time and thwarted time travel.
Somebody was like, no, it fucked everything.
And that's why we no longer have Shazam.
Yeah, that's right. Always makes me crave peanut brittle. Peanut brittle.
I mean, he just dumps that box out into that bowl, dude. He's you want some?
I think peanut butter is like the most dad fucking snack. Maybe that's just my experience, but
yeah, because our dad is a very peanut brittle eating motherfucker. So.
I can go for some peanut brittle right now.
Let's say shit.
I feel like busting my teeth out and picking up.
I ain't got the teeth for that, man. Oof, that hurts me. Hurts.
But yeah, he
magic dad powers.
So in the movie, he changes the past just enough to make things good for him, not to erase any of his fucking siblings permanently.
Yeah. Comes back to that fucking sweet ass 4-wheel drive Yoda.
Well, like, again, I'm glad I rewatched this movie this week because it'd been a long time, and like I noticed things that I didn't notice at all before. Because like at the end there, when he's like, "Yeah, my dad punched Biff out," he never would have done something like that. Doc Brown's like, "Never." Kind of thinks about it, and then like you just move on with it. And if you've never seen the movie, if you live under a rock for your entire life, that would surprise you, you know.
One thing I noticed the last time I watched this movie was the either before or after they do the whole musical bit, and he plays Huey Lewis. Song.
At the power of love.
I guess you guys aren't ready for that. But your kids are gonna love it thing. Mm-hmm. He goes outside and like the band, they're out there smoking weed, and like it's like Biff or somebody. Like
no, it was bullies. Johnny B. Good. That was
Johnny B. Good. That's it. Yeah.
Marvin.
The Huey is in the beginning.
In the beginning,
sound you was looking for
when he's trying out for the band there.
Yeah,
they tie the music into that whole intro scene.
Mm-hmm.
But like you were getting at, what do they call them? Do they call them like reefer heads?
Reefer heads. Yeah,
reefers.
Like, and they're like, I don't want to mess with no reefer heads. They run.
Yeah,
watch out for those reefer heads; they'll get you.
Gotta watch out, man.
They're dangerous.
Damn reefer heads.
That shows you. Reefer heads are cool people. They help them out. Chase off those squares.
That's right.
Yeah.
Helps play good music.
But yeah.
But yeah. Back to the Future.
Yeah, that guy's supposed to be Marvin Berry.
Marvin.
Oh yeah,
Barry?
He calls he calls the Get a load of this.
That's a great gag.
Definitely.
As if a phone in the 1950s could have picked up that well enough to make anything of it other than some garbled noise.
Especially at that distance.
Wow,
he'd heard.
And then he changes the timeline. He goes back to the present, and like it's just
like
the hot sound. Chuck Berry, like making like a noise core.
Oh my god!
That's it. That's the hot sound.
Yeah. Hot sound.
Everybody just listens to fucking noise.
Yeah.
Speaking of noise and Chuck Berry, there's have you guys seen that video of, it's off topic a little bit, but Chuck Berry singing with like Yoko Ono and like John Lennon, right? He was not down with noise, so
yeah, he keeps like cutting glances at her, like
he goes like big wide eyes. This is the most funniest video. Look that up.
Oh yeah,
Chuck Berry.
Was that Lennon. Chuck Berry or was that
It was Chuck Berry. Piss in your face, Chuck Berry.
I thought that was Miles Davis, but I'm probably wrong.
Nope. But yeah, Back to the Future. It's a classic. It's good. It's good. Check it out. You ain't seen it.
Yeah, there's probably a bunch of cues in there that you missed. Millions of times that you watched it on TV.
It's chock full of little things like that. Yeah, for sure. And this is up against E.T. So let's take a glance at the E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
I'm so glad this is the match.
In this quiet neighborhood, on this tranquil street, a mystery is unfolding. And
I'm so over Stranger Things. Oh my god!
Is beginning again.
This movie was my introduction to Reese's Pieces.
This movie, I think, was everybody's introduction to Reese's.
You mean Reese's Pieces?
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that.
Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
It's a guy named Reese, and he says
Reese's. Listen, it's always Reese's.
What? That's not in the. This is the George Lucas cut.
Yeah. Oh, what? See, this is all wonked up.
E.T. shot first.
Like I said, it's the George Lucas cut
with a radio. He's got like a digitally. Oh yeah, they got the radio. Look,
that look like ass.
Yeah.
They
showed it in the trailer.
That's the dumbest shit, bro.
Oh my god. Dude.
Yeah. No, one of the things I never noticed as a kid. Elliot's mom, cat girl.
My god, this movie is straight up emotional blackmail.
Why would all those cops like standing like feet from each other all have radios?
E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Don't you know they can't hear each other?
It's just like the ridiculous things that like they made fun of in Last Action Hero when all the cop cars were like jammed in on the street.
Oh yeah, It's so ridiculous somehow. But I think this movie did terrorize a lot of us as kids. E.T. scared the shit out of.
Yeah, like I said, this movie is 100% emotional blackmail.
Okay, this movie didn't make me afraid of E.T. This movie made me afraid of the government.
Like, oh yeah.
It made you afraid of the man with the jingly keys.
The man, yeah, for sure. Yeah, they bust up in his house and just straight up like balloon it, just like boy in a plastic bubble, like his whole shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, when Elliot and his brother are taking off in the van at the end with E.T. in the fucking box.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes off and he's still got the tube attached to the back of the van, and there's the two guys in the tube and they fall down. And then he pulls up there and he stops for a second to tell the other kids to go get his bike, and the guys stand back up, and all of a sudden he takes back off again, and they just blam all over again. It was good stuff.
Does anybody remember what happens to E.T.? Like, he gets sick there at the end. Like,
but he gets.
They come
better.
to get him.
Yeah, he gets better because they get closer. They're coming to get him.
Oh,
it's like a Hancock syndrome kind of a thing,
like a separation thing. Like,
yeah.
And I've always said, like, no alien is ever going to survive on Earth, period. Even if they do breathe our toxic environment, like we breathe a toxic explosive. That's what our environment is made of. We are covered in germs. Like, remember when you learn about like people crossing the ocean and the germs wiping out entire populations? Imagine crossing the galaxy. Like, you would not be able to survive our germs, period. You would step foot and you would get sick and die pretty much immediately as an alien.
Yeah, that's why
God knows
War
what
of the
would
Worlds
happen.
was good.
We're gonna be the aliens that we see in sci-fi.
Yeah,
We're gonna finally make it to another planet, and we're gonna be the fucking conquering
shout out.
aliens.
There is an internet like web series of like little writings, like little internet novellas, and they're all it's like a sci-fi horror thing, but it's from the perspective of aliens. And like there's aliens out there in the galaxy, but they're hiding from humans. Like we're the galactic monsters.
Yeah.
Because
I'd
just like I
imagine
said,
so.
like we're like weird flesh bags covered in bacteria who breathe explosive gas and drink toxic like water, like
Mountain Dew.
Right. Dude.
I can't remember the last time I had Mountain Dew.
We consume mild amounts of poisons on a regular basis.
Yeah,
Just for fun.
Yeah, I'm drinking some poison right now. Like, you can't see it.
Saying, like,
as I empty my glass into my gullet.
Yeah, oxygen is gnarly shit. We breathe that all the time. So
yeah, oxygen's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
And we just need it.
It is so rough on things. We have a term, oxidation.
Yeah.
The thing oxygen does to things.
Yeah. It just destroys things. So, yeah. I think it's called Humanity Fuck Yeah, or HFY. So you can Google that, and maybe that's what I'm talking about. It's a pretty neat idea. But, yeah, E.T., I watched E.T. just earlier today. And I gotta tell you, as soon as I put it on, I was like, I'm so over this. Like, as soon as they put it on, and there's like a bunch of 80s kids playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just so burnt out on all of this. Everything now is like 70s or 80s kids riding bicycles, and I'm just over it. Like, we've just been inundated with it. So even going back to the original that all these other things are based on just seems old hat now. Like, I don't know.
I feel sorry for the younger generation because we were the last ones to kind of like experience that. Like, when the lights come on, your ass better be up in the house. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, maybe.
So when the younger generation watches movies like this, they don't quite understand it. I think that whole vibe.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that's getting played on a lot these days.
The kids these days are like, wait, you were allowed to just go outside down the street and play in the woods? Like nobody
you didn't have to take your GPS tracker.
like you're like grandma didn't go to jail when y'all did that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like plenty of kids are allowed to go outside. And I don't know.
Kids are getting into shit.
Yeah. Every generation thinks they're the last generation that was allowed to have fun. But I remember growing up and like adults saying to me like, oh, I remember when we were growing up, we would just fucking do whatever.
We have no TV. Y'all just watch TV now. Y'all don't go outside.
But then when I was a kid, I was able to do whatever I wanted. I had full reign in the neighborhood and the whole thing. Like, so
I really did whatever I wanted.
We
were talking about this earlier, and we were
parents.
We were theorizing early 80s, 1982 is like late 70s, early 80s when they really started advertising shit to kids. And I think that's really when they started advertising movies to fucking kids, right? And when they started just dumbing it down and making it cutesy and fucking all this shit, like, because like Popeye was like the movie I paid for a fucking kids ass movie. It was around the same time, and we looked it up. The fucking Happy Meal came out in '79. Like they're like market or some piece of shit marketing bigwig was like, kids are stupid as fuck. Let's manipulate the shit out of them and make them manipulate their parents.
Exactly.
It was genius, but it was evil as fuck. And I think this was a fucking creation of that, right?
Kinda. I feel like this movie is, it's like an early adaptation of that because it's like people were saying in chat, like this movie was kind of like scary and weird and heavy and like so
totally heavy.
Yeah.
Yes, it is that like that early adoption of that like targeting kids thing, but you can tell it was like an early take on it because they hadn't quite figured it out yet. It was like maybe this is a little bit too heavy for like kid-ass kids.
They're like, wait a minute, both of your protagonists almost die.
Yeah, I remember watching this as a kid, and I didn't like it. I mean, I thought it was a fine movie, but I was like, oof, this is too much feels for me. I'm gonna put on Ninja Turtles again or Bill and Ted, you know, like something fun. This movie is not fun. I feel like it's just, I don't know.
It's a little bit of fun in the beginning, but things get drastically unfun pretty fucking fast.
Yeah, like almost half of this movie takes place inside like the government bubble, you know, when they're all getting experimented on, and just like
scary bubble.
The kids screaming like, "No, you're killing him! You're killing him!" And the aliens just dying. Oh, it's all decrepit. Just bad feels left and right. This movie is just
it's emotional blackmail.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
Apparently, you're watching it wrong. Yeah, boss looking at it.
The whole time I just felt sorry for E.T. and I cried.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't in like the good cry; it was the bad cry.
Right. Oh, one thing I noticed. All right, you know, there's the whole, E.T. saw Yoda and started saying "home, home," which means he recognized Yoda. Da da da. Right.
Mm-hmm.
He also, when dude comes walking in the fucking the fucking house in the basically astronaut suit, he points at that guy and goes, "Home, home." So
yeah.
And I just think about them adding the ET aliens to the like Galactic Senate in the Star Wars prequels and just cringe.
That was apparently supposed to just be like a fun Easter egg. There's no like canon tie-in to that.
It's in the movies, so it's canon.
It is now.
Disney has said if it's in the movies, it's canon.
I hope
not. Hear me groan in pain about that.
You know,
because that like.
Go ahead.
The ET race is like a druid race. They were like picking up plants and shit, and they had all like the mushrooms on their ship, and they have like the you know, the biological connection with, you know, he has the biological connection with Elliot and everything.
With Elliot,
like,
which
like
that was
druid
funny.
aliens.
Like that's how they knew he was getting better, as the house plants stopped dying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's funny right in the middle of that movie when Elliot goes to school and they leave E.T. at home, and he finds the cores in the fridge. He starts hammering back cores. He's got that psychological link to Elliot at school. So like Elliot's at school just getting wasted the whole time, like because E.T.'s drinking the cores. And then later in the movie, like the mom gets home and finds all the empty cores cans, and she's just like, "What? Oh, whatever." Like she's just cool with it. Like
it was the 80s.
Oh,
it was the
the
80s,
mom in this movie is completely oblivious to her children.
She figured it was the older brother, and it was cool.
Yeah, she's just.
It wasn't until the pizza was upside down on the ground that she was like, "Wait, you guys ordered pizza?"
Yeah, I didn't tell you could order pizza. Meanwhile, they're inside smoking cigarettes, playing D&D. Like I noticed.
Oh yeah,
like 12-year-old kid just like chiefing on a cigarette. Like,
Yep.
I was gonna mention that. Like, where are the adults when there's fucking smoke everywhere and they're playing Dungeons and Dragons?
yeah, and the mom's in the
Inside
next
the
room.
house.
Yeah. She didn't notice like cigarette smoke in the. I don't know. I don't know.
Smoking cigarettes and worshiping the devil. It's insane.
Crazy.
I worship the devil today.
I wonder if anybody's been on the ET ride and knows anything with the extended lore. ET had some fucking friends that were a lot scarier than ET was. If that shit was in the movie, they would have scared the shit out of you. I don't know if we can pull a picture of those fuckers, but like one of them was like a doll head with crazy hair. One's like a sicko mushroom man. That shit
E.T.'s
is
the
wild.
nice kid.
Yeah, he's like the regular looking one.
ET
His
the
fucking
ride.
friend. Yeah, that's what they're in at the Universal Studios, and they're wild looking. I'm like, this shit is not for kids.
Yeah, just terrifying.
They're pretty
Yeah, and
scary.
isn't like E.T. like the alien from the movie? Isn't he like a baby of their race or something like that? He's like a youth, a youngling.
Yeah, I
And
thought he was
that's-
supposed to be a kid, but
Yeah, and that's why like the other ones that you see later on are all like grotesque looking.
Yeah, they're fucking wild.
Yeah, and like I don't know, like I guess he's kind of cute, but he's like really kind of gross. Like he's all wet. He's got this like wetness to him, just like ugh.
Moist.
Like, I don't want. You just don't want to touch it. Just ugh.
he is
Ugh.
moist.
Yeesh.
I get the feeling that was probably something to do with the kind of material they had to make him out of.
Yeah,
They probably like had to keep that shit like oiled or wet or some shit to keep it from like cracking up and drying or some shit.
No, this is just the shiny from the fucking spray on the latex cast.
Yeah, he's
That's
just
all it is.
shiny.
That makes sense.
Yeah, ET totally uses the Force. Anything goes in Star Wars because it's fucking stupid. ET's a fucking Jedi. All the
Oh my
fucking
God.
kids are Jedis.
Oh
I want
lord,
to
here we go.
see ET in a fucking robe and hood with a goddamn lightsaber. Waddle, waddle,
with his,
waddle,
Here we
waddle,
go.
waddle.
stumpy little legs.
You see, it rhymes because ET uses a Force too, and so does Obi-Wan.
He uses Force Coors. Like
Or he uses Force coerce. He's
oh,
a sick motherfucker.
he, gets,
Ooh.
he uses the Force to get a child drunk.
ET is a sex pest. A lot of people don't know that, but
Spicy.
all right. The audience went ET all the way on this one.
Yeah,
It's because they're fucking drunk.
they've been hammering Coors.
They've been hammering them cores, yeah.
They get that Wi-Fi buzz going from fucking ET.
Yeah.
If they ain't, their ETs have.
Yeah, so let's
They don't
see.
even
I'm
know
definitely
they're-
going Back to the Future myself. It's just a way more fun watch, like 1,000% more fun. Like I don't spend half the movie crying because like a little kid is just crying out in distress because they're killing his little pet alien.
You're not sure if
Like-
he's gonna die too.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no government overreach to like piss you off. Or
It's just
nothing.
sad and dark and weird and like yeah, I get E.T. is a classic and you know
Is
it's a real unpopular opinion to not like E.T. these days. But
Oh, I'm not saying I don't like it. Okay.
I might say I don't like it. I don't think I like E.T. Like I'm just
Just wait for the reboot coming out next year.
Oh
Fucking
God.
Disney Plus
It-
reboot ET.
yeah, the E.T. series on Disney Plus. Just wait for it. Wait for
so-
it. It's coming.
So I for just a moment there, I thought you were serious, and I was so afraid.
Bro, I just prophesized it's gonna happen now. It's happening.
It's
Yeah.
either
No.
gonna be that or a whole fucking sequel movie where Elliot's like this fucking old guy.
Jeez.
He's
Wait
like
a
an old
second.
piece of shit.
This
He's like
guy-
killing aliens, hunting them.
Oh.
Wow, wow! I hate aliens. I'm like, wait, isn't
Oh, wait,
that
that's
Elliot
not the
was?
same kid. That's not the same kid.
He's
That's not the
fucking
same kid.
drinking
That's
Coors
not the same kid
24/7.
from
I looked it up.
Neverending Story. He's in
Oh,
another
no.
one of these movies.
No, it is the same kid from Radio Flyer.
Oh yeah.
That's another feel
Talking
bad
about
movie
the-
that I remember watching as a kid.
But yeah, think of a sequel where like the kid is now like 50, 60 years old and E.T. comes back.
Yeah, I looked it up. That actor that played Elliot, he's 50 years old now.
Oh
Like,
no.
Yeah.
50.
So, and that's why everything is
speaking of-
a spiritual reboot of this movie, because all those kids are grown up and they're selling nostalgia to them.
I mean, you want to feel old. We're further removed from Back to the Future than the time he went back in time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, by a lot.
So,
Yeah, you're back 30 years now. You're in the
yeah,
fucking 90s,
yeah.
son.
Feel it, old man. Feel it.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it every fucking time I stand up.
Oh, okay. We were talking about this before the show. Like, what is that Henry Thomas guy doing these days? Apparently, he's in Haunting of Hill House. Says Theory and JB.
Don't know what that is, so he's just chilling, I guess.
He's making that he's making that Netflix money probably.
I got out of the way for that here.
Dodging comments.
Huh? Okay. So chat said E.T. I'm 100% going Back to the Future. What about you guys?
I'm going Back to the Future all the way. Fuck ET with his weird fingers, bro. Touching shit, bro. He's all wet. Like, dry off. Are you in Florida, bro? This shit take place in Florida. Why is it so sweaty? What's going on?
Like, I will say that both of these movies, like as far as production value and script and story and everything goes, like these two movies are kind of equal, but Back to the Future is good vibes. E.T. is emotional blackmail vibes.
E.T. is like, hey, we're gonna make you feel real good about this thing for a minute, and then we're gonna make you feel really bad about it. So when we make you feel a little bit good about it again, you'll really think it was great.
Here's
we're gonna give you the puppy, and then we're gonna kill it.
Yeah. This is the Marley and Me of the 80s. Like,
we're gonna give you the puppy, and then we're gonna kill it. But then we're gonna have another puppy that you get to visit on the weekends. It's not as good, but it'll seem really awesome after they killed your puppy.
I mean, is anybody going for ET after that awfulness? Speak up.
Anybody on the panel going ET?
Okay. I still like ET, but it is painful. So yeah, Back to the Future.
Just watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You want a good ass alien movie? Spielberg, watch that, not ET.
And don't they do a reference to that movie in ET at the very beginning when they're like, "What's out in the shed? Everybody, come look at the shed!" And like all the D&D cigarette smoking kids come outside, and one of the kids like jokingly does the Close Encounters of the Third Kind song as they're like. Ooh.
Possibly. It's a Spielberg movie too.
Yeah.
They did before he started manipulating children, so yeah.
All right. And Argo, you going Back to the Future?
Yeah. It's got jokes.
It's true.
1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah. Just much better vibes. And I guess that's vibes resonate with me a lot. E.T. is a good movie technically, but I just don't like it personally.
Oh, it's an amazing movie. It's like how I like, you know how I like wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Well, like they have these things where like you may be totally disgusted with a character, but because you are, they're pulling that emotion from you and they're getting what they want in return. And that's totally what ET does, in my opinion. Yeah. Like
eliciting emotional
it does
reaction.
exactly what it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Which is make you feel bad for that little alien dying in that fucking bubble.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And make you feel bad for Elliot because his alien is dying, and Elliot knows his alien has gotta go away. Yeah.
Yeah. Just sad vibes. I'm sad thinking about it. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next heat.
Thanks, chat. You like sad movies.
Up next, we're looking at Dune 84 versus Buckaroo Banzai. Oh, I misspelled Banzai. It's okay.
It's B-A-N.
Banzai. And let me tell you, these two movies, I'm exhausted already. These are two of the most exhausting movies I've ever seen in my life. I had not seen either of these movies before this week. And good God. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look at the trailer for 1984's Dune.
Yeah, these are definitely the two movies that I like skipped through.
Exposition the movie.
Dude, and this is a 3.5 minute trailer, which is appropriate for this movie.
Yeah, it is.
10,191. In this time,
got
the
the
most
hottie,
precious
though.
substance in the
Telling you
universe
about
is
it.
the spice
Dude.
melange.
Virginia
The
Madsen's in this
spice
movie.
extends life.
For like 2
That's,
seconds.
that's a fucking babe.
Exists
It's
on
long,
only
but
one planet in the entire universe. The planet
I kind of love this movie.
also
Me
known
too.
as
It's like a great story, right? But like a good bad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are about to enter a world
See,
where the unexpected.
these are the two movies that my opinion changed the most on. Both of these.
Same, actually.
I love the guy that plays Duke. He plays Paul's dad because he's the guy from Das Boot.
Yeah.
Which is another exhaustingly long movie.
And if you actually watch like the remastered version of this movie,
yeah,
it looks great.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah, it is an amazing.
The cinematography
transfer.
in this original Dune is like, it definitely rivals the new one for sure.
Yeah, I watched the Blu-ray rip. It looked like a movie that was made last year. You know, like it's such an amazing transfer.
Yep, that's one of my favorite things ever. Is great transfers of old movies. So it looks like you're back in time, bro.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this movie gets way more hate than it deserves.
Same, dude. Like, it is a weird movie. It's an exhaustingly long movie. It's maybe not the best adaptation of a novel I've ever seen, but it's honestly a great movie, and I don't understand like the hate that it gets. Like,
yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah, that's the only place where they really skimped was on that dude's fucking makeup on his face.
Harkonnen's makeup.
They're like, we really need to tell you that this is a bad guy. Let's make him fat and gross and ugly.
Yeah,
he's bad. If you didn't pick up on that, it's bad.
The borders of the impossible. Now, Frank Herbert's Wily Red.
This is a long ass trailer. Jesus.
Yeah, it is a long trailer.
That's what the movie does. It drags out the ass in.
Yeah.
A world beyond your experience, beyond your imagination.
At least there's not any text to read.
They didn't do much with the. Now that I've seen the new one, that didn't do much other than just like copy this.
Well, because the other one is just the first half, and that's the best part of the movie, right? Like that's where all the shit is.
They just straight copied this shit.
Yep, the whole first half of the movie is what the new one is, but
it's a book.
Yeah.
So.
After watching this movie, I imagine that the next Dune movie is just going to be like a 3-hour like battle scene, like
which
which
can be revenge porn. Just like get him.
I'm just bored. I'm bored.
get him.
So this movie was directed by the illustrious Alan Smithy. If you don't know, if you don't know, Alan Smithy is the name that directors will put on a movie when they have disavowed the movie. When they don't want their name put on a movie, they will bill themselves as Alan Smithy. So as you may know, David Lynch wrote and directed this movie, but by the time it was done, he did not want his name on it. So it's in the credits. It's written by like some weird name, like Buck Headley or some weird shit like that. And he used the Alan Smithy name to as a director.
Yep.
And I guess it makes sense. David Lynch is a weird guy, and I'm surprised he even took this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he brought all his friends. If you're familiar with David Lynch movies, he keeps a tight circle of friends, and he keeps the same motherfuckers in all of his movies. Jack Nance is in just about every single one of his works, including this one.
I wonder why.
He brings a salad bar to every craft service table.
Even in 1985, this movie was not that bad because it won an Academy Award for Best Sound.
I mean, yeah.
Or it was nominated. Like it made the list. Like
the badness of the movie is with to do with the adaptation of it, right? They went beat for beat from the book, every bit. They're like, they open up with exposition dumps. They list the planets, they list the house names for you. They're just like, got to get this to you. This is your problem now. Remember this, get it straight, right?
Yeah.
And there's like excerpts on the screen you got to read. It's just,
I love that shit.
It's
got show,
weird,
not tell. You can set it up better than that. It's an awful adaptation of a novel.
It's got weird narration kind of throughout.
That is weird.
Yes, they just tell you what happens next, and then what's your face grows fast as shit. Like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? So, movie or audiobook?
Dune is a weird book, and it's got a lot of world building in it. It's very fantastical, and it's got very specific names for all the weird shit going on. And you can get away with stuff a whole lot more in novels than you can in movies. And adapting novels to film is a very specific art. You know, it's very, very difficult because you can't just take it beat for beat, because books are a very different medium than a movie. You know, it's a very visual format, it's a very visual medium, and you've only got an hour and a half. Dune took the liberty of stealing 3 hours of your life, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. So it's difficult to do.
It's for the enthusiast.
I understand that David Lynch was at odds with the studio pretty much the entire time he was making this movie. He had such a bad time making this movie, he doesn't even talk about it in interviews. He won't even bring it up. He's got like real trauma from this whole experience. So yeah,
because he kind of just fucked it up.
Well, I don't know if he he fucked it up, or if the tug of war between him and the studios resulted in a fuck up. Like, but he's such a weird, eccentric guy. I'd be really interested to see like his pure vision on it. You know, it probably would have been something to watch on acid even more than it already is.
Oh man.
But yeah, this movie was pretty universally hated from what I understand. Like, everybody since it came out has talked about what a garbage heap this movie is, and I just don't get it, because it's weird, and there's a lot of questionable decisions made, but honestly, it's a pretty enjoyable movie.
Yeah,
like
this one, I went from, mediocre, don't really no real opinion one way or the other. Like, it was all right, but like it wasn't. Watching it this week, I'm like, I really fucking like this movie.
Yeah,
I like this movie a
Same.
fucking lot.
I expected it to be much worse than it was. Now, that said, it is somewhat of an exhausting movie.
Oh
It's
man,
3 hours long, and they're just hitting you over the head with all these fantastical terms. There's like all the terms for all the different concepts and the planets and the houses and
the people in the houses. Like you said, it is Game of Thrones in space, bro. It's just like
it's Game of Thrones in space,
people.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So many
Oh yeah,
characters.
big time.
That's wild. But this movie came out as a mess. But apparently, before this movie was made, it was like being like optioned to be made by like a guy named Hedorowski. You guys ever heard of this? Hedorowski's Dune. They made a documentary recently here about it, and there was like this Mexican filmmaker that was like going to make the Dune movie before this happened, right? And he like went around the world getting like the best people. He signed on like H.R. Geiger, which is like the art guy from Alien and stuff. And he just like put together this dream team of people to make the fucking Dune movie. It's gonna be a masterpiece, but like somehow it fell apart and never came to fruition. I think the world was probably cheated out of something there because it looked like he was lining up to make it sweet, and we got stuck with this flawed ass movie, which is not garbage, but profoundly flawed.
Flawed is a good word, yeah. Like it's a good movie, and I enjoyed it, but it's certainly unquestionably flawed. Like, what do you guys think about the new Dune, this most recent movie?
I liked it.
It's good.
I liked it pretty good. It didn't change my world, by any stretch, but
No, because I had already seen this one, and they basically just
yeah. No, I had not
took
seen
it and
this
made
one.
it new.
Yeah, but it's pretty damn close for sure. I've never read the books, and I'd never seen this movie. I'd only seen the new Dune movie, so it was pretty interesting watching this older version. And it's like it's kind of beat for beat. They have like the weird shields, which is another one of those concepts that I think works better in a novelization than it does as a movie. It's just a weird concept. I don't understand what they're doing with that. I guess they don't use traditional guns because they have this shield technology that only stops fast moving things. And you have to go real slow, which is why they have these weird, like, they call them hunter seekers, these little like flying syringes that will fly around and like slowly stick you.
Yeah.
And
George Lucas like, that's a dang good idea.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah. I thought that was funny that this movie has hunter seekers and Terminator has hunter killers. So we're just getting hunted.
It's pretty good. It's all right.
It's like it's calling
pretty good.
Like calling it a hunter isn't enough. You got to add that extra.
What does hunter mean? It's a provider of food. Okay.
That was a hunter seeker. See,
yeah.
Hunter killer's already been used. Dang.
Yeah.
But this movie is up against Buckaroo Banzai.
So it's already won.
Whew. Buckaroo Banzai. Let me wipe my brow off here. God, who wrote this fucking movie? Let's look at the trailer.
A 12-year-old. Obviously.
Yeah, it does seem like it was written by like a 14-year-old.
By a big fan of like the A-Team. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess sick nicknames. What?
You understand? He's a surgeon and a rock star and a scientist and a hot rod driver and a
karate guy.
Karate, yeah, and
I feel like this movie inspired one of my favorite.
Right there, slowed down with the fucking.
Oh, with the weird alien. Is Bill Nye intentionally channeling Buckaroo Banzai? I wonder, because I'm looking at him, and this is the end credit sequence that we're seeing right here, which is arguably the best part of the entire movie. But this is
Poor
like
Jeff Goldblum.
1000% Bill Nye.
Poor Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Why are the chairs so high?
Because they were.
Dude, yeah, this is Cocaine the movie.
Cocaine the movie.
Yeah. Like, I was thinking that when I was watching it. Like,
I don't think this guy wrote any other movies, bro.
the star of this movie is Peter Weller's hair dye, which is just like that. You can tell is just like destroying the atmosphere and giving him cancer at the same time. Like,
bro, they had to put shoe black in his hair, bro, to like get that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
that trailer said nothing about the movie.
No,
not a single thing.
That was the worst.
Well, they're not trying to turn people off the movie now. Come on.
And it's really hard to describe that movie anyway. So
It
get
takes
it.
20 minutes to explain that story of that movie. And I was reading about it. John Lithgow, he loves talking about the movie because like it's impossible to do. And it takes like 30 fucking minutes to even talk about the movie.
It's cast though,
and but to say an insanely star-studded cast, almost too much. Like you got to let some of these actors breathe, man. Like you get too many stars in one system here. We got to spread this out.
It's our second appearance of Christopher Lloyd in this.
Oh yeah.
Right. Also in Back to the Future.
Big Boutte.
Did anybody just not stop laughing about
Tay, Boutte.
Look at his awful accent. Is he playing like an Italian guy?
I
think like an Austrian or something. Like
I think he was just
German
mixing
or French
accents.
Yeah,
like
it was too much.
Okay, so can anybody attempt to talk about what this movie is about? Like I really don't know, honestly. Like, okay, so
the interdimensional travel aliens from the, I think they said 8th dimension.
Yeah, from the 8th dimension.
That got banished to here or escaped to here, and like kind of started doing shit here to try to get
in the
back.
coral spaceship.
Yeah.
And like it's such
and
a
then
convoluted...
we find out that the enemy of my enemy is my friend in the end. There.
Yeah.
What happens with that? I can't even honestly can't even remember. There's so much in this movie.
At first, the lizard people are trying to take the thing from Buckaroo that allows the interdimensional time or the interdimensional travel. It's the thing.
That's right. Yeah.
The gyroscope.
The gyroscope, yes.
Overdrive oscillator or some shit.
Yeah, that's
the gyroscope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when he clicks that little thing in there and it starts spinning, I'm like, oh, it's a gyroscope.
Right.
Yep.
Is someone here not having a good time?
But
let's stop the show real quick, guys. Let's stop the question, guys.
Is someone in chat not having a good time? Is there someone crying in the darkness out there?
Let's get a mic in chat. Come on, guys. Let's get a mic in the chat.
Can I get a spotlight on chat here? Somebody out here not having a good time?
Somebody out there about to blow their brains out.
That's exactly what the person out there crying in the audience with a liquor bottle wants is all the attention of everybody there on them crying.
I'm going to get your name wrong over and over again.
Right.
Oh, my God.
I'm gonna sing a sad emotional song and pretend like that's
Penny Pretty. Who the fuck
Penny Pretty
wrote this?
Yeah, what kind of 14-year-old wrote this movie, dude? Like,
and you can tell in the script there with especially in the first like 10 minutes It's like the most mumbo jumbo, like scientific and medical terminology you can fucking string together and make sound like smart science fiction. Like it's the worst attempt I've ever seen.
It's so bad.
It might sound like we're all over the place talking about this, but we're doing a great job talking about this movie. We're doing a fantastic job. We're summing this shit right up.
You gotta like pin this movie down. This movie is just writhing all over the place the entire time you're watching it. And
this
honestly,
movie is donuts in the fucking Applebee's parking lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly,
not the food. I get it.
Justin summed this up earlier. He said, if you just switch Peter Weller and
Goldblum,
you got a good movie.
It makes more sense.
Goldblum was the main character. He's got more charisma. The words, even if they're total bullshit, fly out of his mouth better. Just like makes more sense.
Also,
why wasn't he the main character?
He's supposed to be half Japanese and half white, right?
For some reason, like there's no reason why.
And they're like, okay, let's get Peter Weller. Okay, they'll buy it if we dye his hair like jet black. They'll buy it then.
Yeah, Peter Weller.
I'll buy
stumbling over the traditional garb. Yeah, sure.
That's why they dyed his hair all weird like that. He's supposed to be half Japanese. Okay, I was like, why? Why did they
got the honkiest
poor man's head?
Cracker white guy to play what the fuck?
And then when he puts on the samurai pants and he's got the big baggy pants on, he's just tripping over him the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Yeah, see, this is the other movie in which my opinion has shifted, and it is to the worst.
Yeah.
It went like this. It went like, oh, this movie's good, this movie's shit. Nope, this movie's good, this movie's shit.
Yeah.
Well, no, it wasn't like I didn't call either of them shit, but yeah, that's definitely what happened. It was like, and no.
Yeah.
All right, it's a lot of incoherent shit, but the best part we gotta hit it right quick is that young, 1984 Clancy Brown now makes up for a lot of sins in this movie.
Yeah,
aka he plays Rawhide because they got sick ass nicknames.
Yeah, because of the A team of it.
Why does he? I get he has a band, right? But he's also like a scientist and a daredevil and another guy,
a surgeon.
Right?
Yeah,
but he also has like an A team esque crime fighting squad.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And he's on the beck and call of the president.
Because there's just nothing he doesn't do. Because like a 14-year-old in the 80s wrote this movie. Apparently, like I don't understand this movie at all.
There's no making sense of it.
Yeah, maybe I just haven't done enough cocaine to understand this movie.
That's why I get it.
I was about to say the same thing.
This movie makes Dune sound concise.
Yes, it really does.
Yeah.
Like Dune had his ducks in a row, boy.
Dune is a tight.
Yeah. And then for what Buckaroo Banzai is, it's still an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, just shy of 2 hours, and
it's just running around trying to catch it the whole fucking time.
Wait a minute. So are you guys telling me that at the end he like teams up with the aliens against the bad scientist guy? Is what happens? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. He teams up with the good aliens against the bad scientist in his aliens crew.
Because the lizard people are like, well, we'll just go back to our dimension and we'll fuck off.
Okay. Because like my ADD wouldn't let me get through this damn thing. I was like, I gotta stop.
Yeah, no, I've same. Yeah. And thinking back on it, I keep confusing the aliens in this movie with the aliens from Cocoon. Even though I know they don't look anything alike, but it's just still that like aliens and human skin concept just blurred in my brain. I don't know.
Yeah, the Cocoon aliens were the light people.
Yeah.
With the skin suits.
Right. Let's see here.
I put my hands on my head.
like this. God damn, I love Vincent D'Onofrio so much.
Cat couldn't scratch this thing.
So what did chat say? I'm
they were
curious.
split 1-1 on this.
Oh yeah,
1 doing 1.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Well, too bad it's gonna be Dune.
Yep.
Buckaroo. I always heard that buckaroo was like a mincing of the Spanish word vaquero for like cowboy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they got there. It was just weird to see everybody in the movie calling him buckaroo. Like, hey, that was buckaroo.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking name.
They were like, all right, so he's got a white mom. What's the whitest thing we could call him?
Yeah, like he's got it's almost like he's got like the most racist thing you could say for two different cultures almost.
Mhm.
Like
Buckaroo Kamikaze. My name is
Yeah, seriously.
I'm Honky Kamikaze. What's up?
Yeah.
Seriously.
He's like 1 degree from just being named like Honky.
Straight up, Honky Kamikaze.
Yeah.
I'm writing a sequel.
That's exactly right.
Oh boy.
Man.
So
We're getting demonetized.
we haven't been monetized to begin with, so
Yeah,
That's true.
we got to
Well,
be
we're never gonna
monetized
get
before we
there.
can
That's
be monetized.
nothing. I'll throw
They
this
can't
nothing
take
at
away
you.
money we don't have.
That's right. We're in the Wild West days. We're in those early days. In 5 years, and people are still watching our show.
No, we're gonna be canceled
They're
for
gonna-
saying Honky Kamikaze. It's gonna come back to bite us in the ass. But
Yeah.
for now, I'm gonna
We're
say
gonna
all
be
I want.
canceled in 5 years.
That's right. We're
Somebody's
under
gonna
the
find that and be
radar
like,
right now.
oh, they said honky.
I mean, there's something coming to mind that's way worse, but
Yeah.
mm.
All of our fans are gonna miss these days in the future. You mark my words.
Film he sold out, man. You guys
It used to be so good, man.
Well, this didn't age well. You're right.
Yep.
Everybody's gonna forget this. All right, let's vote it up.
All right, Justin.
Dune. I actually like it a lot.
Yeah. Eric.
Dune.
Argo.
Dune is art.
I'm definitely going Dune. Dune was
Dune is
surprisingly good. When I was watching it, I was expecting it to be much more of a mess than it actually was, based on everything I've heard, and surprisingly had its shit together. Considering the source material, which is a crazy world building experience. So, and
It's
Buckaroo
like-
Banzai is something else, man.
It's like watching someone paint a good painting. It's going to take a while, but the final result is a good painting.
Yeah.
And then watching a monkey smear his shit on canvas.
Cocaine fueled monkey. Yeah.
Yeah. Give the monkey
Give a
cocaine.
fueled monkey a can of spray paint and shoot him in the ass with a BB gun and see what happens.
Yeah. Dune slowly draws you in. You don't realize you're in its clutches till halfway in.
And by then, the good
Right.
part's over, and you're just riding it out, trying to get.
Yeah,
to
that the last third of the movie is a little bit more arduous, just because it's like the battle scene. They're like preparing for the battle, which does not give me high hopes for this next new movie coming out.
You're right.
Just like Justin said, like the good part's over. Now it's going to be him like riding the worm, and then an hour and a half of a battle scene.
Also,
And that's
splitting it
just
up
gonna
might be a
be
bad
it.
idea because everybody's gonna forget how much they were wronged, in that first half, right? Because they're down bad at the end of that, and then now it's just gonna be them whooping the ass of the fucking Baron and other Conan. So we'll see. I'll watch it, but
Yeah, we'll watch it. I'm pretty excited for it still. So, all right, that's gonna wrap up round number 1. Back to the Future is gonna take it over ET 20-5, and 84's Dune is gonna beat out Buckaroo Banzai in the battle of the exhausting movies. Oh man, like my brain hurt after watching both of those movies, honestly. So,
I
right,
was goddamn tired after Dune.
oh man, I literally stopped and took a nap in the middle of Dune. Like literally, I just took an hour and took a nap, literally, and came back and finished Dune. So, boy,
I got done with Dune and I was like, "Oh my god, it's bedtime!" Holy
yeah, I gotta lay
fucking
down.
Shit,
It's 4 p.m., but it's bedtime after that.
I've got to go like let
Bedtime
all this
somewhere.
absorb into my brain hole.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna be moving into round number 2, but before that, we're gonna take a quick break and be right back. Stick with this chat.
Shit, man. Should we play Sea of Thieves?
All right, we're back.
Hi.
We're back.
We're back.
Welcome back, everybody. We are Film Heat. I was like herding cats, getting these riverheads in order.
Listen.
Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
Listen.
It's medicinal. Fuck off.
Sure it is.
I got a card, bitch.
Mine
I
will be
bet you
one
do.
day.
All right. So we're talking 80s Sci-Fi Classics, Volume 2. We've already done Volume 1. It's out there in our back catalog. So go check it out sometime in the future. Anywhere you get your podcasts. And let's see here. Where are we? All right. So we're moving into round 2 of our movie bracket. Heat number 3, we're going to be looking at Cocoon versus Back to the Future. So let's take a look at the trailer for Cocoon. Cocoon is like if you had like a Stranger Things, but instead of kids, they're like elderly people.
It's like Stranger Things, but the villages.
Yeah, the villages. Yeah. This movie's like an allegory for the villages.
Oh my god.
It is everything you've dreamed of. It is nothing you expect.
Oh, I can keep a secret. I won't tell anybody.
It's hard to know who to trust.
It is the mystery of an awesome secret. It is the
Movie's got
of
everything old people like.
We'll never be sick.
Yeah.
We won't get any older, and we
The
won't
guy
ever
from the
die.
Beatus commercials.
Yeah. I mean, who hasn't dreamed of hearing Wilford Brimley talk about his boner?
I'm used to hearing him talking about cathing himself. Not cath.
Oh yeah, that scene right there made me oof so hard.
Yeah, that
like
fucking
knocked
gut
the wind out
check.
of himself.
Yeah.
100%.
Gut checked on that fucking boat.
They're probably like, "Are you sure you want to do it?" He's like, "Yeah, I can do it."
Wham! Oh, glad we got it in one shot. God damn,
We
kid.
got it in one, and we're not gonna make him do it again because we got to take him to the hospital now.
He's broke fucking both of his ribs on both sides. They're right there.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's not even your adult ribs. They'll fall out soon anyway.
You'll be fine, kid. You're still rubber.
You'll heal it off.
So Cocoon, it's like a coming of age movie, but it's like coming of old age. Like
Coming of old.
like
Oh, that sounds dirty.
Just puff of powder. Huh?
I made us watch this.
Speaking of,
We had to watch this movie.
No, I'm glad. Honestly,
Good
I
movie.
honestly enjoyed this movie. Especially the first half. Like the first 2/3 of this movie are a whole lot of fun. And it kind of loses me in the third act a little bit. It gets a little bit in my
It's a little spacey.
yeah, it gets just a little bit. I don't know. It has third act blues. A lot of movies get third act blues where they just kind of lose track of what they're doing and have a hard time getting it together and wrapping it up. So it's not
having sex without touching.
dude. Yeah,
It don't make no
starts out-
sense.
It starts out with Jessica Tandy getting dicked out, which is always a good time. And
That's Miss Daisy, right?
yes.
Dick and Miss Daisy.
Damn, Miss Daisy. All right.
Let's do this.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
down. I'm down.
So it's basically a movie. This movie is an allegory for the Villages, which is a massive old folks community in South Florida, sucking the life out of Florida, because like they literally do that in this movie. So the movie is about an old folks community, and these old folks are like sneaking next door and breaking into their like indoor pool and swimming in it. So these mysterious strangers come along and they end up renting this place next door, and they're using the pool to incubate these weird giant rocks. And so the old folks continue sneaking into the pool. And they're like, what are these weird rocks? I don't know, but it's not going to stop me from doing whatever the fuck I want to do because I'm old. And fuck anybody else. Life is about me.
Like good, proper boomers.
Yeah, like boomers do.
I can't wait to be old, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm getting mines when I'm old.
Oh, man. I don't know. I kind of feel like I already got mine in that respect.
So when they're swimming with these rocks, which turn out to be the eponymous cocoons, they're like, wow, I feel great. I feel 20 years younger. La 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 la.
I've got such a boner.
Yeah.
Wait, you too?
Yeah. There's like comparing boners back and forth. And so it turns out the mysterious strangers that rented out the place are aliens from another planet, and they're here to recover their brethren, which I guess have been trapped here on Earth in the lost city of Atlantis, where they had previously colonized in the past. You come to find out.
Which that actor needs props.
Which one? The big guy?
That plays the lead of the aliens, essentially.
Yeah. Funny story. He's almost the same age as Wilford Brimley. Even yeah. They're like 3 or 4 years apart. Even though, and Wilford Brimley is acting. Wilford Brimley's born in like late 50s, and his other old folks actors are born in like 1907, 1911.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's Brian Dennehy.
He wasn't. He was born in the late 30s, is what it was. So he's like 30 years younger than his fellow old people. He's just playing way old.
Yeah.
It's
like me on this podcast, hanging out with y'all. 30 years difference.
30 years. Yeah, you may not know it, but there's 30 years between me and Justin.
How many years is there between me and you, Justin?
9. There's 5 years between me and Justin, almost like 4.5 years. And there's like 4 years between me and you, I want to say.
It's like 9.
So like 8 or 9 years.
And then there's like a month between us.
Yeah. Anyway.
Damn children.
So yeah, the aliens they have used their alien powers to charge the waters in this pool with some sort of life force, because they're trying to rejuvenate their brethren, which are in these cocoons stored in the pool. So when the old folks are swimming in the pool, it rejuvenates them. One of them has like a terminal cancer, which goes into remission after he's swimming in the pool, and they start getting boners and dicking out their wives and going dancing. There's a hilarious scene where there's like somebody in old folks' makeup doing like break dancing.
Oh yes,
it's supposed to be the old guy like break dancing, and it's just so obviously somebody else in old folks' makeup.
Oh man.
Which is fun. It's fun. It's a fun
because they're dancing, and he's like, "Get off the floor, Grandpa!"
Get off the floor. And he's like, "Watch out, honey!" And he just starts fucking spinning and breakdancing. Like, It's a silly movie. But eventually, all the other old folks start catching on that something's going on with this little troop of old fogies. So when the rest of the old folks home figures out that the pools they're breaking into is how they're getting boners again, everybody leaves and they go bum rush the pool, and they all get in the pool and they're like, I want my boner. And they end up
I haven't had an orgasm since 1905.
Yeah,
They
this takes
end
place
up-
like 15 years before Viagra.
yeah,
Everybody's coming in the pool.
sucking the life force out of the pool because of their flagrant disregard for anybody but themselves. And that's when I was like, oh shit, this is the perfect old people movie. Like, and then eventually, like, they all sneak out and they crowd all these old people onto the boat, and like they get taken off to space. So like this movie is about old people just taking and taking and taking and then dying, I guess. I don't
And
know.
they're getting to live forever.
And then getting what they want anyway.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they get to go live forever in space, which I mean was just as good as dying to anybody
they're
on
like,
Earth.
well,
I guess.
I
Like,
tell you what, if you'll quit fucking stealing from our pool, we'll take you with us. I guess. God.
yeah, these nice
he's like,
aliens.
He's
just
like,
give
now
me
that we
the
can't
gift.
take our friends back.
Yeah, now that you've murdered our friends, I guess we'll just bring your old ass. Like, what that dick do, old man? Get in the boat. Get in the boat. Bring that boner. Let's go.
Let me see that old man dick.
Yeah. Pack up that old boner. We're going back to my place.
Yeah.
Come here, Miss Daisy.
Yeah,
Really
so,
fucking
yeah,
old
this-
people. They got theirs and they're taking.
Yeah, this
theirs
movie
and
is about
fucking
old people
leaving.
just taking and taking and taking and taking and taking and taking and taking, which is what they do. Boomers.
And then
If,
after
if
they've
you've
taken all
watched
that
this
they
show
can-
before, you know how I
And
feel
these are
about
like
boomers.
the old people of the 80s.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess they're not boomers. They'd have been like Greatest Generation,
They're in
or
silent
not even like the
generation,
Silent
yeah.
Generation. Yeah,
Yeah.
born in 1907, 1911, and shit like that. And that's-
Greatest and silent.
Yeah,
What does
when
fucking
you
say?
go on the
I
IMDb
guess-
for this movie, 80% of the pictures that you will find are in black and white.
yeah, they're from like the golden age of Hollywood type.
Yes.
Yeah, like the
I guess-
40s and
I
shit.
guess Wilford Brimley was the only one that was really a boomer in there, huh?
Yeah, redacted. Yes, yes. The old people take all the energy, and then they get to go to Alienville / heaven. Yes,
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
They literally steal the life from these aliens, and the
They
aliens
didn't
are like,
know, though.
They didn't
They didn't
care.
know.
They didn't
They didn't
care
know.
to know.
Well, when they
Like-
went in that's the mob, yes, they did not care.
Right.
But, like,
okay. No.
When
No.
they
You're
were
right
in
about
the
that.
small group, like,
They were just doing
the-
their thing. Yeah.
the small group should have been allowed to go, but the rest of those motherfuckers should have got to stay and die.
Yeah. It's like, you know
'Cause
what?
they straight up mob mentality, like, oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna go too.
yeah.
And they
yeah,
fucked
yeah.
it up. It wasn't the initial
About to say like the
6,
3, 4.
you know, like
So
the
this
3
movie's
men
trying
and
to
their
tell us that
wives.
Yeah.
One boomer is fine. 50 boomers is a problem.
No.
Also, that's I gotta say, I'm just gonna say that the boomers as we know them are worse than the old people that came before them because there's just so goddamn many boomers, right? And they have so much fucking voting power. So
It's like, look,
throwing that out there.
if you want to bring your dad, that's fine,
true.
but he can't bring any of his buddies.
Yeah.
Right? Fucking A.
That's all we need is a bunch of racists in my pool. Get out.
All right.
Get out of my pool.
There was that kind of sad scene where they find out like the limits of the pool, right? Where the guy takes his dead ass wife, and then they're like, "Oh, too late, guy. Too late. Get that corpse out of the pool."
Was that his wife?
Get the
Sicko.
corpse out of the pool. Yeah, and that was the old fuddy duddy who refused to
Oh,
get in the pool.
oh, yeah,
and
that
refused to let
that
his
guy.
wife go into the pool.
Yeah,
and if you
yeah.
just would have played along, that probably wouldn't have happened. And then he wanted to go, and then he wanted to get in the pool, and the guy's like, "What are you doing, bro? Like, What are we doing here?
Yep. Quit
He's
polluting the
like,
pool.
you're too late. Sorry.
They were out there welcome on Earth and they went to go crash someone else's party. That's true.
Forever.
Wait, so that was the first time that guy got in the pool?
That was the
So
first time he got in the pool. He had been invited from like the third time or whatever.
He went, and he was like, I don't want to get in there with those racks.
So sure, you guys.
Well, he probably got all
I'm
hard after
Jewish.
that, and
We got it.
and one last
Yeah,
wall.
he's yeah.
I don't know about all this.
Not painting the best picture of old Jewish guys. Just saying. I didn't write the movie. You know.
So what? Meanwhile, it's got the Goot being young and trying to nail this other chick and finding out they're aliens.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of there. It's like a kid that's fucking there. I guess
Don Amici is chef's kiss in this fucking movie. Let me tell you, when he's going out there and he closes his bank account and he's handing out all the money. Come on, man, that guy's great.
Yeah, the Gutenberg. That's right. Yeah, he took a back seat in this movie. He's got a kind of a small role. He almost didn't even need that character.
that was him in every movie he did in the 80s. Like Three Men and a
That's
Baby,
him
like,
in every
the
movie.
least of the three men. He's like there. The
Not
poor
really
Goot.
needed, but hey, we're glad to have him. Do I need him? No. Am I happy he's here? Yes.
Take that, Steve. Take it down a notch.
Like, we need somebody under the age of 50 in this movie. So,
And over the age of 9.
yeah, that's right. They did it. Old people and kids. But
Never get old,
I
you
mean,
never die.
as someone,
alright movie.
as someone who's old, getting old, I was like, all right. I mean, it's a fun. The first 3/4 of this movie, or the first 2/3 of this movie, are fun, cute, uplifting, and generally a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just that last act where it's just like, oh man, old people piss me off. Just if you need a reminder to be mad at boomers, like this is the movie for you.
That's Argo would say that's like that brain on syndrome that that we have.
Yeah.
Always comparing. We got to watch this movie with their brains on to figure out shit to say about them.
We do a review show, so we can't just turn our brains off. Like, we have to look at these movies critically. Otherwise, we get on this show and be like, it was fun. Yeah, it was good. All right, next movie. It was pretty good. I guess it was fine. It was good. Okay, next movie.
This one was kind of boring.
Yeah, no, we have to think about these things. Otherwise, what are we doing on the show? So.
Yeah, your mileage may vary if you want.
Yeah, we have to be critical. And
but this is like,
I turn my brain off first, and then I go critical second.
Wasn't this Ron Howard's cutting his teeth on this fucking movie?
Was he? I know it's a Ron Howard movie.
I think it's one of his earlier movies, bro.
Yes,
he put his brother in it. Yeah, old Clint is one of the orderlies at the old folks' home.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy, and the other guy that is an orderly at the home is one of those always B+ player kind of actor.
Yeah,
this is his fourth movie Howard did directing, but still, yeah.
So it's a sophomoric attempt from old Ron Howard for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah, definitely worth a watch. I would say if you haven't seen Cocoon, it's definitely worth a watch, especially if you're on the backside of 30, which is elderly in today's world.
The kid in this movie, Barrett Oliver, is the kid from Neverending Story.
Is he?
He now looks like a cross between an old Amish man and Jonathan Davis. But then again, I haven't seen an old Jonathan Davis lately, so Jonathan Davis might just look like that these days.
Like an old Amish man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So what is this up against? Back to the Future. Man, Back to the Future is almost unfair.
It's unfortunate.
Back to the Future is just like
it's a banger.
It's a runaway banger for sure. Like
it's good.
It's got jokes.
It's got mad jokes. It's got hella story. It's
1.21 gigawatts of story.
Yeah.
Got a pretty dope
story
soundtrack.
that they laid out obviously well ahead before they knew they were going to make 2 more movies, I think. Like that was in the plans.
It's the fucking it's like the granddaddy of like time travel movies, you know, like
at least of good ones.
Yeah. What was the first time travel movie? Like what the Time Machine or whatever? Like
I would assume black and white, not talkie, probably.
Yeah, no, I would assume it was like
you've been wanting to do a time list.
Yeah,
inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Or Terminator 1 was the first time travel movie.
it wouldn't be fair. It would be fair to put Back to the Future on a time travel list because the rest of those movies would be kind of meh in comparison.
Time travel's hard to do.
It is.
Right. You got to be real hand wavy, and you got to be strategically hand wavy when it comes to time travel movies because time travel is inherently fucky, you know.
Right.
Like in concept. So
well, you're breaking fundamental laws of the world, so you got to decide what flies and what doesn't.
Exactly.
At that point.
Yeah.
For those listening out there, Eric has a tiny Wookiee.
Oh, my kitty cat.
Oh, I thought you were.
They're called Ewoks. Okay.
Tiny Wookiee.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
it's pretty big. Okay.
I mean,
it's big enough. It's average.
I mean, y'all can see it if you want.
I was like, why are you roasting my man like that?
I mean, y'all can see it if you want.
Y'all showing wieners.
I am not shy with my day.
Showing Wookiees.
I'm just gonna.
We're asking around.
That's a Patreon exclusive right there. You get you get to join.
Y'all sign up. Ask for
Wookiee
it.
showing.
All right.
I don't know that you could construe Wookiee for penis. So
construe anything for penis. It's the future.
At
I mean,
Back to the Future.
I keep mine trimmed enough that it's not a Wookiee. All right.
I love how he does say it. We have to get you back to the future.
He said it.
He said it.
I was sitting in the kitchen at Emily's house and we were watching it, and I was like, "He said it!"
All right. So chat also split on this one.
Chat.
Come on, get with the program. I do appreciate that, though.
No, they showed some love. Cocoon is not garbage. It's decent.
Cocoon is not garbage.
I'm kind of splitting my mind on it too because like Cocoon surprised me this week. Actually,
I had never seen.
I thought we were going to drag it through the dirt.
I had no idea what to expect.
He dragged it through the swimming pool.
Yeah, that's what it deserved. Instead, it's a ironic laugh fest.
Yeah.
So,
chat was split. I got to go Back to the Future. Cocoon is not bad. I'm gonna say if you haven't seen it, worth a watch. Definitely watch Cocoon. But I mean, it's no Back to the Future, man. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. So
it's not.
Justin, what's your vote?
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Just better, man.
Eric, what's your vote?
Back to the Future.
And Argo?
Okay, knowing that Back to the Future is going to win, I'm going to give my vote to Cocoon because
it
deserves a little bit of love.
Fair enough.
Spread some butter on that toast.
Yeah, fair enough.
They deserve some points.
Yeah, because I feel like most people today, if they read about Cocoon, they would probably say, I'm not going to watch that. So it takes shows like ours to say, no, really, listen, Cocoon is pretty damn good. Like it's a good movie, a fun movie. I enjoyed it about 100 times more than I thought I would. Granted, I didn't have the highest. It's just not Back to the Future, which is fair. Which is fair.
I hadn't seen Cocoon since I was little, like little. So I was like, oh God, that movie. You know what I mean? It's like watching it as a little kid. I'm like, this is just an alien movie, but it's for old people. This is
like, no, guys, Wilford Brimley can act. He's not just a commercial guy.
If you just read about it, you'll pass on it so hard. But let me tell you, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
I can't wait to be old. That just.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give. If I live to get old, I'm giving $0. I'm like, society is gonna carry my ass the whole rest of the way, and I am just gonna lay back. I'm really weird, kooky old guy, just doing whatever. And
when I get my AARP card, I'm
just
gonna,
you're gonna be beating down
go
the
up in the grocery store. I'm gonna be like, AARP card.
I'm gonna be beating down the Denny's door at 4:00 in the afternoon for that early bird special.
I'm gonna be acting all perverted, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, he's from a different time. It's fine. It's fine. He's from a different time." And I'm just like, "Yeah, bitch, I'm from a different time, motherfucker. Time traveler. Nah, give me
millennial,
what I want.
Bitch.
Give me what I want. Give it to me now."
Bitch, I'm a millennial.
That's right. I'm not high-roading anybody. I'm going to be just as bad, if not worse, than our old people today. I'm going to be take.
Now that's
what are we it was so hard for me not to make a bad joke.
You want to see somebody run a plane in the ground? Hold my beer.
I'm going to finish this bad boy off. Let's see. All right. Up next. We're looking at Terminator 1 versus Dune.
A new movie.
Same year too. Wow.
We got a matchup now. We got a match.
Now we got to fight. Shit.
We got to fight for sure. All right. Our last trailer of the night. Let's take a look.
In the 21st century, a weapon
way in the 21st century.
No other.
Oh, we got
this
robots and build
will be
cars.
Powerful, versatile, and indestructible. It can't be reasoned with. It can't be bargained with. It will feel no pity, no remorse, no pain, no fear. It will have only one purpose: to return to the present and prevent the future. This weapon will be called the
Arnold's
Terminator.
dick.
You're dead, honey.
What day is it? The date?
12th May, Thursday.
What year?
I'm here to help you. I'm Reese, DN 38416, assigned to protect you. You've been targeted for
Kyle.
termination.
His name is Kyle.
See, he's the guy with the pieces that you were talking about earlier. And she gets his pieces for sure.
Oh yeah, you get all of her pieces too.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is.
Well, not all of her pieces.
Back when a
the
fucking laser aiming module took up the entire top of a fucking firearm. Had a whole battery on the fucking grip.
About to say gun
Fucking
expert
9-volt.
here.
And I've been.
Linda Hamilton is a fucking babe.
Mm-hmm. I think she's more of a babe now than she was then, to be completely honest.
She's the eternal babe. You know, she's just got it.
I mean, maybe it's just
She claims to have not used her babeness in 15 years.
Oh, I was reading about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton.
How
Hit
you
me
just
up.
turning it off? Like,
She quit acting until that latest Terminator movie.
Yeah, that's right.
She did.
I thought she looked better in this movie than 2. She's a bit masculine in 2, but if that's your bag, then it's
that's the character evolution,
right? She has.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She has evolved herself consciously to become the badass that Reese tells her she'll become. You know what I'm saying? Like, because in this movie she's all like, you know, I'm waiting tables at the diner, la la la, struggling. You know, and then Michael Bean shows up. Michael Bean, Kyle Reese shows up and is like, "You're gonna give birth to the savior of humanity, and you're gonna teach him how to be a badass." And la la la. And she's like, "Little old me," you know. So and by the second movie, she's like, you know, she's doing crunches in the asylum. Like, I gotta rise to the occasion. You know, it's up to me. You know, so.
Oh boy, how funny would it have been if they did pick O.J. Simpson to be the Terminator of white ladies?
Ooh,
that would be that'd be too much.
Oh Lord!
Let me tell you.
OJ is like, I'm something of a Terminator myself.
Thank you.
With tiny gloves on, just like
the whole movie with gloves too
just
small.
murdering. Yeah, he's got little too small gloves on, killing people.
Give me a close your boots and your Bronco.
Oh,
I'm sorry. For some reason, when I hold my hand like this,
the glove won't go on when I do this.
They don't fit. When I this is how I put gloves on, and they won't fit. I'm sorry.
You can't make it go down anymore.
No, this weird spreading of my hands. No, this is how I put gloves on.
Yeah. He's got like rubber gloves on underneath, you know, like in the at the trial.
Lord.
Oh boy, but yeah, the brief overview of the story is like there's like a nice lady, normal lady, and a robot comes back in time to kill her. But at the same time, a human resistance fighter comes back in time to protect her.
Mm-hmm.
Right, supposedly sent back from someone named John Connor, and then he gets to her, and the Terminator gets to her. The guy saves her, and she's told that she's going to bear a child named John Connor. It's going to be the savior of humanity, thus starting the prophecy, pretty much.
Yeah, and the whole timey-wimey thing, because like Kyle Reese ends up bothering, and I was thinking. Kyle Reese is a little bit like dreamy-eyed when he's talking about John Connor. He's just like, "Ooh, this John Connor just gets me so hot." But it's like his son, and I was thinking about like, what if he was like had a relationship with John Connor like in the future, not knowing it's totally his son.
Probably did.
But that's from a different timeline. So the John Connor that Kyle Reese knew in his time was not necessarily the same John Connor that ends up happening. See, because we got different timelines.
Yeah, if Back to the Future taught us anything, it's that you can fuck shit all up in the past.
I watch enough Community to know there's different timelines. Okay, all right, I'm kind of an expert on timelines, so
we got timelines here. Okay. But
yeah, but it's so funny. I feel like everyone in the world has seen Terminator 2, but I feel like maybe a quarter of those people have seen Terminator 1.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah,
what?
I agree.
Because people give so much praise to Terminator 2, not knowing how much of an exact copy of this movie that is. Yep. And we spoke briefly on it in our last show on when we spoke about T2 and the sequel show. But it is like copy pasta, change a little bit and send it.
Yeah, they took the Terminator and put it in the Kyle Reese spot, and they put a new Terminator in the Terminator spot, and they said, send it.
And Terminator was Cameron's first movie, and famously, Cameron was living out of his car while they were filming this movie. And I wonder if it's the same car that Reese was driving in the movie. Like, did he have to
he
like?
drives like 2 or 3 different cars. He steals.
That's true. That is
Yeah.
true.
In that movie, he hotwires like definitely 3 different cars, I think.
Yeah. Redacted says Connor knew Reese was his father. I don't know.
When he was doing them, he knew it.
Yeah, well, it's like the first Connor didn't. The time-altered Connor did. Because when the first Connor sent Reese back the first time, nailed his mom gives birth to him, his mom tells second Connor, it's really fucked up. It's really fucked up.
Well, I don't know if you guys have watched the sequel movies, but in Dark Fate, John Connor ends up getting killed. Well,
we're not talking about those. Let's not talk about those.
Let me not talk about Dark Fate because Dark Fate is so fucking bad. It's so bad.
No, it's all bad. After T2, everything is shit.
They do a retcon in Dark Fate.
It's only about this first movie and the second movie.
They're like, oh, actually, they didn't send back one Terminator. They sent back dozens of Terminators.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Even though this Terminator died, another Terminator showed up and killed him, you know?
Yeah.
And like,
it's
they
stupid.
go to like a McDonald's in Mexico, and then like another Arnold shows up and just blows him away.
Get
and
out
it's just
of
like,
there.
you have invalidated the entire T2 movie. Like, the entire T2 movie is now moot in one little prologue. So
Terminator 5 sucks dick, pretty much. That's what you're trying to say. So
And
does
not
like
even
4.
well.
We're not talking about
3
those
is
movies.
pretty
We're
not
talking
good.
about how this
there's only 2
movie,
Terminator movies in my mind. In my heart,
this
there's only
movie
2.
laid the groundwork for the second one, which was 4 cannons off the deck blown out of the fucking water.
You know what? Terminator 2 is the best sequel ever made. I'm gonna throw that out there.
It is.
It is.
This is why,
It's
because
the
Terminator
best
1
sequel.
is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And you know, it's
It's
a
good
pretty
enough.
suspenseful action movie, right? The timing's pretty good. There's some questionable like molds of Arnold in there, but whatever. You know, seeing his dong is fun.
the
That's
first one.
right.
Oh, yeah, Arnold
please.
penis. Yeah, look at
This
the
is pretty
Arnold
early.
penis.
This is pretty early in Arnold's career, right? And he went on to be a huge action star, right? So like the stars kind of aligned for T2 for them to switch it and let Arnold be the good guy in the second one, right? Because he's known for being a good guy at that point. Like everything's kind of lined up for that movie to be awesome.
It really shows the difference in quality between back then and now, between like a VHS copy where it would have been all dark and blurred out, and now on a Blu-ray, like straight up, there's his dong. And it's like a tree trunk of a dong.
Yeah.
Arnold,
I'm
top
with
5 on your dong there, buddy.
JB
Like,
says
Jesus
Aliens is the best
Christ.
sequel ever.
Yes,
and
I
I would
agree.
argue Aliens is a phenomenal movie, and it's a better movie than the first one. But I don't think
We've talked about Aliens.
It's a different genre than the first one, pretty much.
We've talked about
doesn't.
this.
In Terminator 2 builds on the first one so perfectly, while Aliens is kind of like another movie. It doesn't. It kind of eschews the first movie and just makes it's like a redo. It just does.
The first movie is a horror movie. The second movie is an action flick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I can see that. It goes from a like sci-fi horror to
as a
sci-fi action.
continuation that takes the first one and builds and branches from it. It is better as a sequel. Like, while Aliens may be a better movie than the first one, I don't think it builds on the first one the same way that Terminator 2 does.
And it's poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah.
Like poetry, it rhymes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Maybe it's salad bar.
You got to
for
do the
show.
hand thing with it.
Faster, more
We're the salad
intensity.
bar of podcasts.
It's poetry. It rhymes. Faster, more intensity. Let's go.
Yeah. And I'm not going to lie. Fucking Reese was like real unhealthy, obsessive about Sarah Connor when he get
weirdly.
there. Fucking, like, he is
That's
just
why
like...
I had that headcanon about Reese and Connor having kind of a love thing, because he's talking about Connor a little bit dreamy-eyed. You know what I'm saying? He's a little bit.
Well, he's got nothing. He's set back in time to a time that's not his, and he's got one mission. He's got one thing going on.
Yeah, he's
That's
single-minded.
all he can fucking say.
But he doesn't know that he's Connor's dad until second Connor, the Christ Connor, comes.
The Christian Bale Connor from Genesis.
No, it doesn't exist.
No, that doesn't
exist.
Nope.
You fucking
We're talking about Terminator,
Honestly.
Terminator 2.
Honestly.
You shut up.
Terminator 3 and 4 and 5 are mere fan fictions. Like, there's no.
Right, yeah.
Those are fan films. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we're talking Terminator versus Dune. What are we thinking? This thing is better than Dune, right? It's got to be. It's
I mean, it's just
It's
clear.
got better
place.
pacing, better story.
Yeah.
Come on. What do you want to say about it?
Dune is not garbage, but it's Terminator.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not.
I don't want to. I
It's
can't
not.
sit here and talk shit about Dune, but
Right.
it's no Terminator, bro. I mean, Terminator changed the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no way around it. Terminator 1 is good. It's better than I thought it was. I remembered it being.
I don't know if it changed the game, but it's definitely better.
you're right.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting at.
I don't know. It kind of made the fucking action film.
I don't even know what I'm talking
step
about.
up.
People don't talk about Terminator being like an evolutionary role model of science fiction, but
Well, not necessarily
it did
science
start
fiction, but action.
a
in general.
very popular franchise, and the sequel was immensely
You're right.
one of the greatest movies of all
Terminator
time.
1 is elevated by its sequel. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like,
Okay.
thinking about Terminator 2 makes Terminator 1 that much better.
The music is the same, just polished. The story
right.
is the same, just polished.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And because it's timey-wimey, you can think about them like interfacing with one another. I'm losing myself.
Once
here.
you go beyond that,
I'm
they
thinking
start
about Reese
fucking
and
with it.
Sarah interfacing right now. Hell
Linda,
yeah.
boobs, very nice.
No, they're
Thank
banging
you.
to the Terminator music, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put that
fucking-
on next time I'm getting busy, bro.
Right.
Hell
Maybe
yeah,
rusting
boy!
with the Terminator song.
And that actor, he's grabbing them.
You watch me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, damn.
Yeah,
Like,
no, he's
damn.
getting a
He
hold of
was
them.
he was getting in there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't even
probably
register
felt
that shit
uncomfortable,
watching it when I was
honestly.
younger. I was just like, oh yeah, it's a sex scene. But now as an adult, I'm like, oh, that is
He
a
honestly
sex
probably
scene.
felt uncomfortable because he was grabbing that shit,
Were
or
them
they were just
motherfuckers
really
fucking?
enjoying themselves, one or the other.
Like, were they actually fucking?
Yeah,
Who
right.
knows?
Last words on this because we're about to send
Well,
this.
they crank that bass on.
Yeah, it's
yes,
gonna
they
be
did. Redacted.
Terminator. Except it's more like ba 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 ba.
Now, they really perfected the soundtrack in the second movie because, like, that soundtrack from the second movie gives me goosebumps to this day.
Yeah, they had way more digital shit by 91.
Yeah, Argo had shared a long time ago when we talked about Terminator 2. Argo had shared a YouTube video with us. There's a whole like YouTube documentary on the making of the soundtrack. Go look that up.
Yeah, man.
It is
The
interesting.
machine they used is an entire
Fucking
keyboard
intense.
with its own 80s
It's like a
size of a
T1000
chest of drawers
yeah.
computer.
Yeah.
No,
And
dude,
it's
like-
funny that they used this specialized machine for making the music about a movie about a specialized machine. for killing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
All
there's
right,
like fucking 3 different pieces of equipment strung together on this fucking with this damn PC.
Takes up a third of a small room.
Terminator unanimously.
Yeah. All
You
right.
got it right, chat.
Oh, here's our first sweep of the night.
All right. Are we
Yep.
all going Terminator? I know I am.
Oh
Yep.
man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Not the shit I'm doing, but
not a bad movie.
No.
Way better than its legacy would allude to.
Yeah, by a
It's
lot.
no
I would
Terminator.
rather get on a roller coaster than watch someone paint a painting right now.
Like maybe I'm just basic. Maybe we're just a bunch of basic white boys, but Terminator is just
It's a classic.
better. It's better conducted. You know what I'm saying? Like on the whole, it's just a better told story than Dune.
Yep. Great suspense and action to pay it off. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I will say it's a little unbelievable how when at the end
How he can go back in time? Yeah, I don't buy that either. Like,
no
come
no
on.
no at the end
You can't
when
go back in
she's-
time. You can't do it.
when she's smashing the Terminator in the press and it's reached out and it's grabbed her by the throat and it's like lightning bolts everywhere. How does she not get electrocuted and die?
Well, she's not grounded.
She's not
then she
grounded,
won't-
bro. She's not
Yeah,
grounded.
but she won't draw any current.
1.21 gigawatts.
You
Bro.
can't double stamp.
I mean, she's totally not.
Triple stamp, double stamp.
She's not grounded by leaning up against that metal railing at all.
She's got.
Oh,
But
yeah,
no, see,
okay.
I
Okay.
thought
Okay.
it was funny how it looked like she kind
that's
of
all I'm gonna
waited
say.
until the robot, like the cyborg, had like just the right grip around her throat before she hit the off button.
She waited. She's like, "Oh yeah, tighter, daddy." I mean,
Little bit.
stop.
This is not it.
All right. Let's
All
get
right.
the semifinals going here. We're having a good time here. Too much fun.
All right. So yeah, semifinals, and I believe this is going to be the rematch in the finale as well. Back to
Maybe.
the Future.
If the losers bracket goes well.
We'll see. Back to the Future versus Terminator. We've already seen the trailers. This is a toughie. Linda Hamilton gives me a toughie.
Son.
All right, 5-minute polls up.
Toughie is an uncomfortable euphemism for a boner. I don't like it.
I think I'm never gonna call it anything else.
Like getting chewed on, like just being chewed on. This is
Got you a toughie right here.
Toughie.
Oh, you gave me a toughie.
I think a toughie is like a hard shit. You're like, oh,
That's my granddad's
I just been
dog
wrestling
when
with
I
a
was
toughie in
growing
there.
I just dropped a toughie.
That's gross. That's gross.
This is a gross conversation.
That's
All right.
nasty.
I'm a nasty motherfucker.
You guys need to grow up. All right.
Oh, back to the. This is a real. My gut.
What? It's our 2 time travels. Like we got a bunch of alien stuff, and we got
It's funny how this came to the cream
a
of the
couple of
crop.
time travels. Yeah.
I love a good time travel movie.
Time travel is I've always said when people ask, "Oh, what superpower would you like?" Oh, flying and invisibility and teleportation. No, I want fucking motherfucking time travel.
Yeah, quit talking about your toolbox.
Yeah, Dr. Queer over here.
I want motherfucking time travel.
Time travel.
Fix my mistakes of the past.
How funny would it be if Doctor Strange busted into Buckaroo Banzai? I was like, this is how you do this mention shit.
Yeah.
Just
Which,
popped in,
by the
did a
way,
hand wave thingy, this
if
fucking
you haven't
car
seen the new
exploded.
movie, the new Doctor Strange,
Is it good? I watched the first one.
It's
I was all
good.
excited about it, and it was so bad.
it's good, and I'm doing a review for the work newsletter coming up soon. So
I saw an end of it, and he was fighting a giant CGI monster. I was like, yeah, that's Marvel.
coworkers be looking out for that one.
I have seen so few of the so few of those movies.
Anyway.
The new Doctor Strange is good if you've been watching Doctor Strange stuff and Wanda stuff. You have to watch both of those before you watch the new Doctor Strange.
Yeah, no, I mean like that whole universe. I haven't like.
I really liked I mean, not to continue off the rails, but I really liked WandaVision. I'm not a Marvel fan in general. I don't watch the Marvel movies, but
Not a different
WandaVision
fan.
was a great show.
Let's see.
So these are both great movies, and they're both great time travel movies. It's just how much do you like killing? Like
versus jokes.
Yeah,
I mean,
like one
Well,
is kind of a.
There
For
are
me, it's
no
not so much
jokes in
the killing.
Terminator.
For me, it's not so much the killing as it is all those cool guns and Linda Hamilton tits.
Well, let's not get it twisted. Those Libyans do fucking kill Doc Brown, even though they retcon that shit. He
Oh,
gets
yeah.
straight up got
True.
Oh,
It's true.
that's right. That's
by the terrorists of the week, Libyans.
The
in
Libyans.
1985.
Libyans.
I'm like,
Oh my God! It's the Libyans.
who doesn't watch movies? Oh yeah, Libyans.
He had to get
Best
that
trilogy
plutonium
has to be Lord
somewhere.
of the Rings. That's probably right. You're probably right about that. Lord of the Rings is probably the tightest trilogy movie
That's,
ever.
I mean, if it's the boringest trilogy, it's like Jesus Christ.
Thank
right?
you.
Arguably,
Oh my fucking
yeah.
God, Justin! I agree with you so hard.
No, I
God
feel you.
Damn.
You know they're making a new special edition with even more talking. Like that's real. Like they're releasing an even longer, even talkier special edition of Lord of the Rings.
Here's the sum up of Lord of the Rings. Go watch Clerks 2, and when Randall is
When
summing
Randall's
up
doing
Lord of the Rings, just trashing it. That's how I feel about it. Great movie though. Fucking walking.
Yeah, the walking simulator.
Well, why didn't they just fly to the rocks that they had? What
Like,
the fuck?
Third movie.
Roasted. Even though I want them to roast Star Wars now because Star Wars sucks ass now.
Yeah, Star Wars is garbage.
Oh, if you want a good roast of Star Wars, watch Red Letter Media.
Yeah,
That's
if you
how-
want to
that's how
roast
I
of
found
anything, yeah.
They were generous with that roasting.
No, they were roasting the sequels back in the day. That was like the best shit.
Oh yeah, the original like.
Well, yeah,
Mr.
all of
Plankett's-
it.
Yeah.
All of it. When I say Red Letter, I say watch all of it, all of the roastings.
They've lost their touch. They're soft now. They're like, Kenobi's whatever.
Yeah.
Soft. All right. Hey, let's get back on topic here. I'm thinking Terminator. As much as I love Marty McFly and the bubble gum and eating cotton candy and just like trying to fuck your mom, right? I'm like
1.21 gigawatts.
Terminator, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to fuck your mom or your dad?
That's so fucking funny.
Handcannon's pretty good. I'm buying it. He was.
I did kind of like in Terminator how they tied in the picture that he lost from John burning up in that fucking Terminator attack with her getting that picture taken at the end in Mexico.
It's all a nice tie-in.
I thought it was cute.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's
Back to the Future has those tie-ins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I just got a Terminator boner, man. Like I've always been a diehard Terminator. Like
I got a Terminator boner.
T2 was probably my first favorite movie. Like I can remember my dad like sitting me down and is like, okay, you gotta watch. This is great. You're gonna love this. And I was like 4 years old, and I still remember my mom being like, should he be watching this? And Dad's just like, come on.
Teddy's only the first one. Teddy's only the first one.
Yeah.
All that murdering is fine. Mom's like, all right.
Yeah.
I feel like no matter what we do, we're going to end up right back here in this situation.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, we already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
Spoiler.
Marco's the worst to watch movies with. It's like,
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Watch out. Cocoon might make a comeback. I'm just saying.
I do love that movie now.
Make a comeback like a coon.
Make a comeback like Walter Brimley's dick.
I can't even pretend to flounder too much. Terminator is right in my heart, and it's just my favorite. You know, it's badass. It's
Is it though?
I wanted. Yes, it is definitely badass. I almost said it's the tighter time travel movie, but I don't know about that. Like,
Back to the Future has it on the time travel.
Oh boy,
they did what they did. The Back to the Future trilogy set out what it wanted to do, and it stopped.
No, the third one's tacked on. They're like, we can go to the.
Oh yeah, no, we can't. Bring in the third one.
That's all there.
Bringing in the third one defeats your argument a little bit. Like,
in my opinion,
totally.
But you gotta admit that was how long ago that they did the third one. They're still making fucking Terminator movies.
Listen, though, you did have a point here. The third Back to the Future movie is way better than the third Terminator movie. So
and then they stopped.
That's outside. That's beyond anything.
But that's not what we're talking about.
They saw the Star Wars
shit.
trilogy. They said we'll make a trilogy too, and then they stopped.
Yeah.
And then Star Wars said, "We can do that again."
Well, that's for a whole nother
I'm
discussion.
going Terminator.
Shit.
Terminator.
I'm going Terminator too.
Terminator.
Even though I'm defending the legitimacy of Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is a great movie. Back to the Future is a great movie, without question. It is.
But
totally
Terminator is just in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And
but
that fucking
they did stop making Back to the Future movies when Terminator movies are probably still coming out. There's probably another one being made.
Yeah, the next one is going to be the Terminator is going to be Terminators and / Baby's Day Out, where he's like watching like a baby monkey, trying to like change the diaper. It's going to be cute as hell.
You know how much I don't know if the audience knows how much we love Baby Day Out around here. But
speaking of Baby's Day Out, that's what fucking the Obi-Wan series was with Baby Leia. Baby Leia's Day Out. Baby Leia's Reba / Baby Leia's Day Out, but it should have just called that stupid ass fucking show.
Well, that's what I call Cocoon. That's Brimley's Day Out.
I love the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. I tie them in together, but Obi-Wan did not do it for me.
It sucked ass.
I haven't seen it.
All right, let's send this up. I think the thing ended.
What did
Back
Chat
to the
say?
Future. Back to the Future.
All right, okay.
Chat said Back to the Future.
I think I'm waiting on Justin vote. What do you think?
I'm
That
going
makes
Terminator.
sense.
I was the first to go to Terminator.
I was the first to go to
Back to the Future makes sense. Because
they will start filming Back to the Future 4 to 7 in no time. You're right. We're jinxing it.
It doesn't like if the studio. If you make a sweet movie, right, the studio's going to own your movie. If it's a studio movie, right, then the studio can sell your baby to any fucking asshole.
Right.
So it's not James Cameron making this shit
anymore.
Terminators, right? It's whoever the fuck bought the shit and had some dumbass write it.
Well,
like,
James Cameron came back for Dark Fate, and it was still garbage. Like, it was hot garbage.
Yeah, well, that's not
They
good either.
sold it like it was going to be like the redemption of the series, and it was just more garbage.
Also, James Cameron sucks ass now. Have you seen fucking a little thing called Avatar? The giant fucking turd that was.
Listen,
Dude,
listen.
oh my
we can't
God.
even go there right now. Terminator wins. Wrap it up. Let's do Lulu's.
Yeah, I'm about to go on a diatribe about how much Avatar sucks. So let me not. Let me.
I was about to say let's not
save that for the side content show because we could go on forever.
Man,
it's
about
right,
how much
ridiculous.
this sucks or that sucks. Please don't even get me started.
They can ruin Back to the Future still. So yeah,
Lord, please don't let them.
I'm gonna invent time travel so I can go back in time and stop the Terminator 3, 4, and
If
5
anything,
from ever coming out.
Right,
It'll be
I'm gonna
Warner
terminate
Brothers.
that shit.
Warner Brothers will somehow get the rights to it, and that's how it'll happen.
Oh God.
All right, so Terminator is the first one making its way into the finals. We're going to take one more quick break. And when we come back, we're going to have the losers bracket speed round, followed by the finale. What's it going to be? Can you guess? Probably, but we'll see in just a minute. We'll be right back, guys. Stick with us.
Unmute.
We're back. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We are Film Heat. We're talking 80s Sci-Fi Classics Volume 2. If you have not seen Volume 1, it's from the way back earlier this year.
You know what? The 80s suck.
It's played out right now, but it's fine.
They have the worst D&D.
Are
you
kidding
kidding
me? AD&D was terrible. Oh my god! Have you ever
What the
tried
hell
to
is a
play
magic
fucking advanced
user? Get the
D&D?
fuck out of here.
Have you ever tried to play fucking AD&D? Fucking advanced.
Get out of here with your Thaco. What is a Thaco?
Where were they at that point in the 80s?
Thaco,
Like second
goddamn.
edition? Because second
Fucking-
edition is the worst.
I don't know.
Historically.
I don't know. Fucking AD&D was goddamn bad. That's what they were playing in both ET and
Third edition
Stranger
was
Things.
the best, but it was the easiest way to overpower your character.
Dude.
Everybody's got their own.
Welcome back to the Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
I don't remember fourth
I'm your
edition.
dungeon master.
Dude, fourth edition was garbage, but 3.5
remember
was
fourth edition.
min-maxer's dream.
Yeah, third edition plus 3.5 was.
Shout out to fifth edition. Fifth edition is surprisingly good.
Fifth edition,
I'm playing fifth edition now.
Can
I roll to get
give it-
bitches?
Not
Oh,
every
I
day
forgot I
that,
have the thing closed.
that a license can make a terrible edition and then come back to being good. So shout out to that for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
playing fifth edition and it is good.
Yep.
And I don't have a single magic item
I like
at
5e.
like a fourth level, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. No,
Third edition was 2000 because I remember buying the books in 2000 when third edition was brand ass new. All three of the core rule books weren't even out yet. So
Third edition was all about epic level characters.
Yeah.
Third edition was when supplements became a thing. Listen, this is the D&D cast. We can
Now
start
that we
a
got
second
chat
podcast.
energized with this sexy D&D talk, let's get that losers bracket going.
D&D talk.
Listen.
Losers bracket. What?
Bring it up.
Third was amazing.
Bring it up.
3.5 was better. But we need to start. Yeah, we need to start some like secondary podcasts and talk about
3.5 was min-maxer's dream.
3. Yeah, 3. Listen,
Listen,
don't get me started.
Pat, let us know.
I'm trying to focus.
Let us know on Facebook what you want to see as a side content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be what we want to give them.
If you see us, if you hear us go off topic again, but you like that topic, let us know what that is because we don't know.
It's gonna be a mishmash. It's gonna be everything.
We're
It's gonna be
4
video games,
depressed
D&D.
ADHD white boys, so we can't keep
We're bored.
keep track of shit. So let us know what
And
you
we're
like.
bored through most of the week, so we'll give you that content you want.
Let us
I'll
know.
do my best. I got a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old.
That you crave so dearly.
We like you.
We love you. We
All
want
right.
some more of you.
What's up first?
Up first, we're in the losers bracket. This is a losers bracket speed round, which means we're not going to be doing a poll for this leg of the bracket. You just type right in chat what you want your vote to be, and we're going to count them all individually.
Please type it in. Please.
So this is going to be your chance to really influence what comes back from the losers bracket. So up first, Cocoon versus Buckaroo Banzai.
Cocoon.
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 Y'all say it like some country people like cocoon.
Cocoon.
Cocoon. Don't touch my cocoons.
Look, I
Nowadays,
already
a
know
cocoon
I
in the
sound like
trailer.
I already know I sound like I fucking
You-
dipped
hey,
North Florida.
Oh,
You
damn.
want-
Shout out to Mad Leprechaun in the chat.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, you want to swim in the pool? You won't touch my cocoons, right?
You want to go swim in that air pool now?
My cocoon, my Coors.
All right. If you want to swim in the pool
Drink
and
my
you agree to
Coors down
not
in the
touch my
pool.
cocoons,
Get me
You
a
can swim in the
goddamn
pool,
boner in
all
that
right?
air pool. I tell you what.
All right, put me down for cocoon.
We got another cocoon.
Cocoon.
look, nobody even said fucking Buckaroo Banzai in the chat.
Hey, Buckaroo Banzai
No one's seen
has
it, bro. No one has watched that fucking movie.
loyal cult following, but I mean,
It's not even that good. How?
hey,
That's the
people
Clancy
from-
Brown deep cut. So
We
that's,
do
yeah,
They're
have,
just
Clancy
like
Brown
they're just
fans,
like
yeah.
simps for Jeff Goldblum, so they'll stick to any movie he was ever in.
I mean, I'm kind of a simp for Goldblum, but
They just see the picture of him in that cowboy costume, and they're like, "Yeah, that's a good movie. That's a good movie, guys. It's got Jeff Goldblum, and he's a cowboy. It's good.
yeah, from
Have
New
you seen
Jersey.
it? It's not."
people who were like 14 years old in the 80s and like were like
Oh,
super
no.
nerds, like
Even
wherever you go,
simping for
there you
RoboCop,
are.
Peter Weller is just not the answer for that movie.
yeah, nah, dude,
yeah,
Bad casting.
but
that was a bad
mean-
cast.
So yeah, he went from Buckaroo Banzai to shooting guys in the dick in RoboCop. That's quite a turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right,
we did have one vote in chat for Cocoon.
yeah, I got it.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Cocoon.
send it.
Oh wait, I think I missed one.
I'm
So
about
yeah,
to say,
so we should have-
all of us voted
Cocoon.
Cocoon.
I'd like to try me some of that cocoon.
you don't want none of this shit.
That shit
Let me
makes
hit
you
that
hard.
Cocoon.
All right,
The way you said it, it sounded like a euphemism for sex. She gonna give me some of that cocoon tonight.
going
I'd
twice.
like to try me some of that cocoon.
Sold the Cocoon.
Hell yeah. That,
All
that
right.
movie
Up
deserves some
next,
respect.
1984's Dune versus E.T. What you got?
Wow.
I'm going Dune. Put me
I
down.
too am going Dune.
One is long and arduous, and the other one is just painful. Oh man!
Was it
Somehow
E.T. in chat?
Dune has better vibes than E.T. I'm going Dune.
Another
Do we
E.T. in chat.
redacted? Do we all need to go back over E.T. and its emotional manipulation?
I don't know, dude. That movie, like I was
One
laying
Dune in
in
chat.
bed. I was like, okay, I could put E.T. on while I'm putting my daughter to bed, and I'm laying in bed, and she's falling asleep, and I'm watching this movie, and I'm crying, like, because I feel sorry for this little alien, and I'm like, no, this movie
Honestly,
is
I'm not
terrible.
gonna lie. I really don't like E.T. Like, I'm not gonna
Like,
lie.
it is the Vince
It-
McMahon of sci-fi movies.
God damn. Okay,
doesn't
that's
do
fucking
it for
harsh,
me.
dude. That's fucking harsh, bro.
It's emotional manipulation, and that's what that man thrives on.
Yeah.
That's not untrue at all.
Fuck the government, save the alien.
Seriously.
I just
Yeah.
couldn't. That's the one thing I just kept thinking of over and over again. Was like, this movie is making you feel bad
On purpose.
and that's exactly like what happens in wrestling. Like
see,
like
the classic
Is everyone in the panel going Dune?
Do what?
Yeah.
Everyone in the panel is going Dune?
Yeah. See, ET does the classic manipulator where they make you feel good and then they make you feel really bad and then try to make you feel a little bit good again at the end.
Yeah.
Shout out to Drew Barrymore. Shout out to Reese's Pieces.
Drew Barrymore did more Cocoon than
We'll see you on the other side.
Drew Barrymore. God damn. That poor girl.
All right, so that's gonna send it. Dune beating out ET only on this show. I feel like this is the only show on the internet where Dune 84 is gonna beat ET.
Well, I mean,
game too.
I will give props to the ET spaceship for not like copying the Close Encounter spaceship like Cocoon did.
Right.
Yeah,
that motherfucker.
That
was
is a
dead
straight
on.
copy, like the spinning with the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was
Don't
just
people go with
popular
the
at the
aliens
time,
too?
I guess.
Like,
Like the spinning giant UFO.
Okay, on the next one, we got Dune or Cocoon.
Dune and Cocoon.
Dune and Cocoon.
Damn, that's, you know what? Only on this show.
Dune
I'm
and
going
Cocoon.
Dune.
I'm going Cocoon.
Some bitches
Oh,
Dune and
shit.
Cocoon.
Only on this show.
All right, so we got sand in your ass crack or old man boners.
Bro, as much fun as I had talking about and watching Cocoon versus Dune, I'm going Cocoon.
All right. I'm gonna go Dune.
Oh man, I'm
Mike,
having a hard time right now.
Me too, honestly.
Like it made me look forward to being old.
Yeah.
It gave me jokes. It was fun vibes through most of the movie. Like
Cocoon is a tighter movie for sure.
I mean, you get to talk about you get to hear Wilford Brimley talk about his boner.
Well, we've pressed on that a bunch now.
You don't get that literally anywhere else.
When I calf, I call 1-800 Cocoon.
It was more entertaining this week to watch and talk about Cocoon than do. That's what I'm going with.
Cocoon sounds like nursing home propaganda.
It probably is. It probably is.
I like Cocoon because it's like a dig on the villages, and I hate the villages. The villages have destroyed my state government.
Same.
So.
It's got that euphemism in there with the destroying of life.
Yeah.
Cocoon makes you not feel so bad about throwing your old folks in a home. That's what it's for. It's like, hey, it could be fun. It could be fun, Grandma.
They could have fun in a regular routine. A regular routine for the old folks. They can enjoy life.
All right. Everybody here voted?
I haven't voted.
Me either.
Eric, you haven't voted either. What are you voting for?
Oh.
Cocoon.
Yeah, I think I'm going Cocoon.
You going Cocoon?
I'm gonna vote with Wilford Brimley's boner.
Now I gotta break the tie.
They put it on you. We put it on you this time.
He did it to himself.
What did you have more fun watching this week?
All right. Honestly, I had more fun watching Cocoon. Like, Dune is a good movie. It is way better than society has informed me over the years. But Cocoon is a tighter movie. Cocoon was written to be a movie, and Dune is a somewhat sloppy adaptation from a.
So you're saying it's Goot?
Is the Goot?
It's Goot.
Yeah,
it's Goot.
One of these movies forced their director not to want to be on the production of it.
That's just because he's a fucking pussy.
Yeah. David Lynch didn't even put his name on the show.
David Lynch is a pussy. Come after me, David.
David Lynch is. Yeah, he's
because now his name's all over that shit. Now that they made a new one.
Oh yeah, now that it's making money for him, he's like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Put my name back on there. Actually,
he's fine with it now. I'm sure. So fuck him.
He's like, well, you know, and all these years later, I mean.
All right,
and that's why Cocoon.
Next round, Cocoon, or Back to the Future.
Yeah, redacted, and not Alan Smithy anymore.
Not Alan Smithy. That's right.
This is a tough one. I would like to vote Cocoon, but I don't think there's enough there to overcome Back to the Future in my mind.
I mean, you can't. It's just not even fair. Back to the Future. Back to the Future is just such a powerhouse all the way. 1, 2.
I'm about to say we got 2 in the chat already.
3. It might clean Cocoon's clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Back to the Future. What about you guys?
Oh yeah. No, Brimley's going soft on this one.
Yeah, I'll go Back to the Future, I guess. Even though I would like to mix it up, I just can't.
Again,
in good conscience, I just can't.
With the full knowledge that Back to the Future is moving on, let's spread some butter on that toast and give Cocoon one last vote. as it
They got,
goes
they
into
got
the
plenty of
darkness.
love in the last one. They made it this far. They don't need
I'm
that.
giving it
true.
that one last vote.
Cocoon doesn't need your sympathy.
Mike Tyson versus Guy Jones.
Yeah, it is
That's
true.
That's an inside
It is true.
reference, right? That's way
It is true.
inside.
I'm not going to let it go out with a shutout, okay? That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. Because
No,
it made it this
yeah.
far.
Back to the Future, yeah, it's. Yeah,
I would
Cocoon
vote.
is
I would
definitely
vote back to
punching
the
above
future
its weight.
if Cocoon
Even-
had gotten a vote.
Yeah, even making it this far, Cocoon is good. So yeah, we called it. We're back to right where we were in the semifinals for the finals.
You
This
know
is why
what?
boomers are winning.
I'm changing my vote
On this
just
one,
for the sake of changing my vote.
we gotta
You
have
won't,
the
but you
poll
won't change
back.
it on the losers bracket to make a more interesting one.
I
vote true in the losers
I
bracket.
just voted for Cocoon.
Yeah, you still screwed it up. It's your fault.
What?
Don't make me spit take on my computer,
Oh,
you
come
guys. I'd be mad.
I just voted. I was the only one that voted for Cocoon.
He
Come on.
liked that Cocoon.
Cocoon.
Come on.
All right,
I
vote
like
back
to try
in the
me some of that
poll.
Cocoon. All right,
10
for
minutes.
real. I'm
Poll is
voting
live.
Back to the Future because of the jokes that I didn't recognize in my 100,000 earliest watching of this movie that I only noticed this week.
Yep, it's that kind of movie, and you'll probably see another one if you watch it again. Oh, didn't get that.
Well, I saw like several that I was like, okay, wow, okay, this movie has like some deep tie-ins, and I'm gonna give it that. Terminator is the original in a copy-paste saga.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Here's a hot take for y'all. I think Back to the Future would have been better with Eric Schultz. Just saying, he was done wrong.
Who is Eric Schultz? If I may sound so unintelligent,
fuck his name was.
for a
They started
moment.
filming Back to the Future with like Eric Stoltz, the guy from Pulp Fiction, the drug dealer guy. They started filming
Eric-
with him as Marty McFly.
Oh,
Eric Schultz?
Eric
Stoltz.
So whatever the fuck his name is.
Stoltz?
Yeah.
They started filming with him, and they
I don't know
shit
how to-
canned him after principal photography had begun.
If you Google his name, all the photos are him with
I don't know how to Google that.
Doc Brown.
Eric Stoltz.
Stoltz.
Was he a baseball pitcher?
No, he was the guy. He's like, I'll take the Pepsi challenge with that Holland shit.
Spell that
any day."
again.
Bro, type in Back to the Future, Eric Stoltz.
Stoltz. Stoltz. He was almost Marty McFly. He was the drug. He's the
Oh,
drug
wow,
dealer in Pulp Fiction.
There's like 11 and a half minutes of footage of him as
That guy.
And he looks more like Crispin Glover to be his son.
That's true.
Dude, yeah. If you Google
I
his
know this
name,
guy.
it's all Back to the Future stuff. Like,
Because he was
That's
shafted
so
in the
funny.
movie, like insane.
The guy from Pulp Fiction.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Huh.
I'm out of baggies. I'm out of balloons. Is a baggie okay?
Yeah, that guy.
Uh-huh.
We just talked about Pulp Fiction about a month ago.
Yeah.
If you,
He
if
could have been
you're
Marty
out there
McFly.
listening.
Dude, his hair in those photos is wild.
Wow.
Be a darker, less fuckboy Marty McFly than no.
You know what? He probably would have done a better job.
He looks like he listens to nothing but The Cure.
He would have closed
You
the
know-
deal with his mom if he
You
was.
know who
one
he
of
kind of
the-
looks like?
Yeah,
He looks like
he looks like he would have closed.
he looks like Zach Galifianakis' little brother.
He's that nasty friend.
He
So
said, "Fuck, I am my own dad."
I think I too am going to change my vote from last time.
Hey,
I think I am also going to go Back to the Future for the win.
I'm still voting
1.21
Terminator.
gigawatts.
I'm still
I'm voting Terminator.
I like almost spit my
Understand.
water out when I was watching
Back to the Future this week.
Larry and JD, yes. Argo and I both changed our decision.
When he says 1.21 gigawatts, I fucking almost spit my water out. I was like, that's funny. That's classic. I finally got it.
Yeah.
I had always appreciated Back to the Future 1, and I always said Back to the Future 2 was better, but the subtleties in the first one, I finally just got it.
Oh yeah, no, 1 is definitely better than 2.
Yep. When it comes back in the future.
What happened to Terminator being in your heart? It is always in my heart. However,
it is the badass action flick, one of the top 10.
Second place is not bad, and
he
while
just walks in there, murders everybody. Give me a break. That's awesome.
I can appreciate and admit that I am biased toward Terminator. My critical brain can also recognize that Back to the Future is probably a tighter, more fun script than Terminator. Now we're talking Terminator 1 especially. Terminator 1 is good. Terminator 2 is really where my heart's at. So, but that's what we're talking about right now. Things can be in my heart and not be the best. And as a critical thinker, I can admit this.
It takes a big man to not listen to your heart, Dr. John.
Back to the Future is a good movie, and it started a trilogy that ended where it should have.
I don't know, man. 3 is fucked up.
It makes me want to play.
I like 3. I don't know. I like Western shit a lot.
I like cowboys.
So, yeah, I really like 3, and I appreciate its existence, and it gives Doc Brown a nice send off to be happy with a lady.
They give him Mary Steenburgen.
I like ladies.
Plow kids into discussion. Just shit. Now he's got 3 kids, but he's like, time to a bitch.
It's true.
More kids.
It's true.
They were just cream pieing all day in the Old West.
All day doing it.
Well, Mary
That's why we're going to talk about another movie next week.
I mean,
But
I ain't
we'll
wound
get
up
into that
with
in a
kids.
minute.
So the panel is tied. It's up to you, chat, to break this tie. Don't you fucking dare.
The poll doesn't show up on screen.
Wow.
I don't know what's up with that.
It's up
No,
to
the poll,
chat.
The poll does not show up on screen because we sacrificed that mob.
There are no votes in the chat.
None.
Come
Zero.
on, chat.
It takes literally one person listening to my voice right now to make a vote.
We got a Terminator
to set
vote.
the example.
You got vote in the poll. There's a poll
And
up.
you have.
Is there a poll up? Oh, there is a poll up.
How long do they have to do it, Justin?
Probably 2 minutes now. Probably
like a
2
10-minute
minutes.
poll, but
That's an eternity in listening to my voice.
We got
Vote it.
y'all got to vote in the
Put
poll,
it in there.
guys.
Click on it. Don't type it in the chat. Click it in the poll.
There's already been. It's Back to the Future. If we have to go to
Click the poll.
the type chat ones. There's 1, 2, 3
Yeah.
Back to the Futures. 1, 2,
yeah, because we got quite a few Back to the Future typed in there.
3.
I know it's confusing because we go from the poll to not poll back
Some
to
of
the
those
poll.
were for,
So
Well,
Chat,
probably
do you
the
know
last
how to use the poll?
one. It's
I
kind
think
of
some of
fucky,
those-
but
it's a little
back-
bit bucky. And
That's a
so
Twitch
it's
for you.
Euphemism.
people.
That's a euphemism for something else, but I won't go into that right now. Haha. Uh-huh.
I can use
I
my
think
poll.
a
Know
lot
how
of
to
those
use
way
the
up
poll?
higher than
Uh-oh. So far, we have to
from
do some
last
color
round.
commentary here. 1 vote for Terminator, so it's winning right now.
No, there's one vote for oh, wait, in the poll.
In the poll?
Yep.
On Twitch, there should be
It's
a
like above
poll.
the chat. Or I don't know where it is on the other.
Wait, they might be on YouTube.
No, everybody's on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's on Twitch. Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all know where to vote, damn it. Y'all can see the thing.
Now Twitch is fucky. It doesn't always pop up.
Yeah, it's fucky. That's Twitch for you. Sucks.
There is
Super sucks.
definitely a Back to the Future type in.
There's 2 Back to the Future type ins and 1 Terminator.
So you
type.
guys gonna
I
call
think
for a
those other-
revote, a recount?
I think the other Back to the Future type ins came
Listen,
from last
this
round.
is very important.
You're gonna call? I'm gonna be like, this is a fake poll.
This
Fake
is
poll.
very
Fake
important.
results.
Stop the steal.
Charging me money for bits.
This is very important, chat.
Fuck Marty McFly up his stupid
What?
ass is what chat is saying right now. So,
Hey, you see what they're saying? It's charging money for bits and told me it's way more to actually vote.
That's not true. We
There's
shouldn't
one
be
for
charging
one.
anything to vote.
No.
Yeah, I was
did you
about to
already
say
vote?
that the poll shouldn't be anything. No. Well, poll ended.
It should be best to vote again. But
Crispy, crunchy, peanut buttery.
what is playing ads?
who's
All right.
That's what happens when you try to interact with Twitch. They give you ads.
Friggin' ads.
Hold on. Okay, how do I? The
What
poll
you-
ended, and
That's it.
the
That's
result
it. That's
is
the end of
one
it.
Terminator.
It's Terminator. Thanks, chat.
Winning on a technicality. That's the best kind of way to win.
That's the only way it could have won. That's
Terminator
fine.
got the vote.
That means it's the end.
This is the end.
Well done.
So Terminator gets 15 points. Back to the Future's 10. And that's going to wrap up the bracket. Let's take a look at what our final results are going to be. We've got in first place Terminator 1984. Second place, Back to the Future. Third place, Cocoon. Fourth place, Dune. Fifth place, E.T. And sixth, Buckaroo Banzai.
I'm gonna call for a recount.
All right,
Based on
one.
strength of schedule,
Stop the steal.
which is
I mean,
something that
honestly,
happens in
I
college
wouldn't be
football
mad if they
all the
said that-
time.
Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if you counted the other vote in chat and sent it to the fucking coin.
Terminator did not have as hard of a schedule as Back to the Future had. Put Alabama in the championship. Listen, strength of schedule. Done deal.
So, I mean, I'm happy with that. I'm honestly surprised to see Cocoon doing as well as it did, coming in third.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
I'm surprised to see E.T. way down there at the bottom, but I mean,
No way.
I'm so burnt out on E.T. Like the modern zeitgeist has completely ruined E.T. Like I've seen it and I've seen it and I've seen it and I've seen it and I've seen it. If I have to see one more fucking 80s kid on a bicycle, I'm gonna shit. Like I'm just gonna shit directly into my pants.
I would rather shit in my mouth than watch another 80s kid nostalgia
80s
throwback.
Nostalgia, yeah. Like we get it. You were a child in the 80s and now you're 50 years old.
You fucking boomers. Stop controlling everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
we don't give a fuck. We play 5th edition now. Get with the goddamn program.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're
I
a
was
fan of
biking around the
AD&D,
neighborhood in
you're
fucking
canceled.
88 and 89. Fuck.
Listen.
You're canceled. You're canceled.
I'm canceled.
80s suck. Sci-fi is awesome.
Everybody actually the 80s were so like bright and colorful and shit too, and like everything was just nicotine stained yellow.
It was awful. The 80s were awful. It was bad. like everybody remembers their own childhood as the best thing ever.
And
no, I remember
it's a perfect
80s.
segue into what we're doing next week. Let me tell you, because the 80s destroyed the environment, right? So next week,
is that what we're doing? Is that what we're
next
doing next
week? We're going into this. Man, it's hot. Man, it's the end of the world. We're gonna watch This Is the End, Interstellar, Waterworld, Dante's Peak, 2012, and The Day After Tomorrow. How you like them apples?
Oh shit!
All right,
boomers, you better pay attention because we're watching the movies.
Shit.
You're watching the end of the world
You did
movies.
this to us. You did this to us, right here, the paper. You can't even see it.
The apocalypse brought to you by boomers.
Well, This Is the End is kind of funny. It's just like a play on the apocalypse, but
we've had thousands of generations of humanity, but boomers are the one to end it all. How do you feel about that? Way to go.
Way to go, guys.
The problem is they would be like, we didn't do it. This is just the prophecy.
Yeah, they famously said they didn't start the fire, taking account for nothing.
Yeah. Boomers love ducking responsibility, and that's like what they're known for. Like they ruined everything, and they take responsibility for nothing.
They're the biggest generation since industrialization.
Yeah.
So
it was always burning since.
They got all their McDonald's in styrofoam.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. I remember styrofoam at McDonald's.
Yeah,
I don't.
The breakfast platter.
Yeah.
I remember the breakfast platters coming in the styrofoam.
Yeah, breakfast
cardboard
platters
boxes.
Styrofoam thing. Yep.
Nope.
Cardboard boxes. Dude, when I was little, my breakfast McMuffin came in a styrofoam fucking.
Listen.
Yep, me too. I remember that.
There's only one question left for the end of the night.
I remember when they still had the golden foil ashtrays in the McDonald's.
What's the question?
Am I getting a brig or a galleon?
You asking who's playing? Shit, I might.
All right. So tune in next week for the end of the world bracket. We're celebrating.
End of the world. It's getting hot out there, guys.
End of the world as we know it.
Got to be coming any day now.
So, everybody, call your parents. Thank them for destroying the planet, and we will see you all next week for the Film Heat End of the World movie bracket. Can't wait to see you there. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Thank you all so much for participating in chat and casting your votes and everything, every little bit of support that you send to us. We greatly appreciate it. So have a great night. Have a great week. And we'll see you all next time.